we're back.
We're back here.
At the Cozy Show. You want to take my intro, huh?
What? I just said we're back.
I hear you're trying to chirp in there.
I said we're back.
Trying to chirp and seem like thunder.
I know. You know what? I did want to start the intro. Why? Because I wanted to say I'm back with my co-host, fucking Easy Up over here. Easy Up Tarp with his shorts.
What?
With your shorts. What is that? Looks like you did like a DIY short tutorial video.
As soon out of my couch.
Yeah.
As soon as I bought these, I knew I had to wear them on the pod like ASAP.
Awful.
But I wanted to wait till it was just me and you, no guests, so you could roast me for it.
Well, it's not even like, it doesn't look bad, but
These are Nike running division shorts.
It looks uncomfortable. I don't know, like that texture is like giving me like uncomfortable.
It looks uncomfortable because it looks like somebody slaughtered an alligator and just threw it around my waist.
Yeah.
But it's actually, it looks like leather, but it's actually like windbreaker kind of material.
Yeah, but like, is that even comfy?
They're super comfy. And they have like the liner thing, which they had like the shorts, like they're full like spandex underneath, which I'm not used to. Because usually if I have shorts with a liner, it's just like the underwear kind of liner. But these are like full on like mid-thigh length, so I cut those shorter because I don't like them. Yeah, I'm getting to be a real like
Stickler?
tailor.
Huh?
Clothing tailor.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've thrifted a few button-ups and I'll like cut the bottom and cut the sleeves a little shorter so it like fits me better.
And you've cropped hell of your shirts.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm joking.
I thought you meant like the cutoffs.
Oh, no. I meant like crop top.
I have cut off a few shirts.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to start cutting my Cozy Show shirts because they're on mediums and they've shrunk and I've gained a few pounds.
Yeah, I think more I gained. Don't talk about our shirts like that.
I know.
They don't shrink. They don't stain. They don't waver.
Oh, my God. But, yeah. Did you notice how tan I am?
You're getting pretty dark.
It's because I keep running shirtless like every fucking day.
And when do you run? Usually at like 5 p.m.?
Yeah. I think it's a pretty good race.
Pretty hot. We're about to get a lot tanner next week.
Oh, yeah. We're going to Joshua Tree next week.
Are you going camping on Saturday or not?
No.
Why?
Why the fuck do I want to do that?
There's a boat and tubing and food and family and drinks and friends.
Maybe I will. That sounds kind of fun.
It's 100%
Well, I'm
fun.
working Friday, but like...
Saturday, I said. Jesus Christ.
Saturday I'm going to see a cover band, a foreigner cover band with my family at Blackout Casino.
Yeah.
So by the time this is out, hopefully nobody, runs there to kill me and my family.
Yeah, terrorist bombing. Yeah, but what time is that at?
I don't know, in the evening, probably like 7 p.m.
There you go. No, it's okay.
That's too much. Too much in one day. I'll be so fucking tired. Angel's supposed to go with us too. To the casino. Oh, do you want to go?
But he said he wants to go both.
Well, then let him do both. Do you want to come? You guys can meet us there.
Maybe.
Hit a few rounds of blackjack and then call it a night. You know?
Oh, it's in the casino?
Yes.
Ooh,
that's the
tempting.
point. Because my mom was like, "Oh, you like gambling now, so come watch this cover band with me, and then you can hit the tables after."
It's tempting, but I mean, there's nothing that beats like the nighttime of after camping, after you're exhausted and like you're just chilling there.
Aren't you there
in
for
the
like
fire.
fucking 3 nights?
Oh wow, I'm there from Friday to Saturday, bitch.
Oh.
But maybe. Man, that sucks.
You coming home on Sunday?
I'm coming home on Saturday.
Ah, fuck. See my one night.
Like Friday night. That's it.
Oh, it's fine. It's perfect.
Yeah, maybe. That's
You
what I'm
won't
saying.
even be there Saturday night.
Well, I could have like pushed it to the late and then leave
Anyways.
that late.
Yeah.
But all right. Anyways, damn, that sucks. I want you guys to be there.
I was at work today. We just discovered a fucking white pimple on my nose.
Yeah.
And I have another white pimple on my chin. I don't know if you can see it anymore. It
Not
might be
really.
gone, but
It's there, but it's like not white.
it was pretty big this morning when I was at work, and I realized it at work because I got this corporate job now. So I'm usually like sitting at my desk, and I'll just kind of like stroke my beard for like wisdom or like, I just like fidget with. I'm a big
Ponder?
fidget guy. Yeah, the thinker. The oh shit. Kim Kardashian broke the internet.
Oh, nice. That's all I got.
I don't know, but I realized I had.
This sneeze, but you don't want to wake up at anyone. Anyways.
Bill, what the fuck are you doing?
Fuck, I got something in my eye.
You know that one all too well.
Yeah.
Huh?
Hit a little close to home.
We'll get into that later. But I noticed I had this pimple on my chin, right? And I went to the bathroom because I like genuinely had to pee. And I looked in the mirror at the pimple, and it was white. And every time I'm in like the bathroom at my new job, there's never anybody in there.
But it's like a public one where there's a bunch of stalls.
There's already not a lot of like men that work there. But yeah, like in the men's bathroom.
There you go,
just
Chris,
not...
pushing boundaries. Revolutionary, huh?
There's There's not a lot of men in there. And I was looking in the mirror, and I saw that my pimple was white on my chin. And I was like, I would hate for someone to walk in when I'm like leaning in trying to pop it. But I was like, fuck it, I'll just do it real quick. And I leaned in, and as soon as I held the hands up to fucking go to pop it, I hear the door open, and I was like, dude, but I'm like leaning in, and I'm like here. And as soon as the door opens, I'm like, and I'm right next to the door. Like there's like 1 foot of space between like the door opening and me at the fucking sink. And I was just like, I tried to play it off. And then it was the guy that's like been training me every single day.
He's like, "Oh, you're trying to pop that white head that I've been saying all day,
dude." I was so ashamed of myself, and I don't know. I'm sure he saw. It's just the fact that I like, because it was a quick. Yeah, it was like I was jerking off and someone walked in. Threw the blanket over, you know. Wow. So that happened, and then when I was walking to my car I was gonna eat lunch in my car today, and when I was walking to my car, I noticed the same guy who's like my trainer at work. He was parked like facing my car, like right in front of it facing. So first of all, I was already like, oh, fuck. Like we're both sitting in our cars, like
eating,
looking, and you know.
He's already in there?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so I was walking in my car, and I heated up my lunch, and I was carrying it. Hands were full. And I got to my car door, and I was like, this is not my fucking car. Bro, my car was 1 space over.
You guys both had Nissan Sentras?
No, it was like a gray Ford Fusion. I don't know what happened.
What are you doing?
I don't know, but I was so embarrassed. I was just like, dude, is this just going to keep happening today? Like, just getting caught doing stupid fucking shit, you know?
It's rough.
It was rough. But, I mean, I've been getting into gambling a little bit lately. Yeah. Well, you know, we've gone twice. Yeah, that's really, we went a few weeks ago, and I got the gambling bug for blackjack because we sat down at the first table we saw, Spanish 21. And I won hella hands. I haven't gambled in like a few years now. I remember we went when we were like 18, like freshly 18.
I think I haven't gambled in like over a year or 2.
Right?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
My whole life, I think I've only went to the casino like 6 times, like actually playing.
Damn, really?
6 to 8.
You don't have a great track record, right?
I mean, yeah, but I don't lose much.
Oh, okay.
I think most I've lost probably out of like 6 to 8 trips is probably like $300 to $400.
Okay.
I'm not spending much.
But we went gambling, and we like to play blackjack. So we sat at the first blackjack table, and I won hella fucking times. And I got 2 aces and split them, and I won both. Nice. And it was just like crazy,
Boss
dude.
Move.
Yeah, it was insane.
Felt like Daniel Craig in 007.
I already get like so much anxiety whenever we go gambling because like I'm still learning. I'm pretty new, and I'm pretty cheap, so it's like a big deal for me to lose money. And I won so much I won like $100 right away. And I was so fucking hyped, and then we stepped away from the table.
Putting in 50.
Yeah, and I only put in 50. Yeah. So I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then we stayed for like a few hours after that. And the cheapo in me wanted to just sit back and watch you guys gamble and just keep my $100 that I made, but I just couldn't fucking resist the urge to make more. You know, there's just so many scenarios in my head, and so that got the better of me. And I went back in, and I lost all the money I made, and I broke even. And then so I was dying to go back, and so we went back a week later.
Yeah, very shortly after.
And I lost $100. So.
Oh. But do you still have the gambling bug? You think?
Not as much.
Because he lost.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I think the gambling for me, the way it needs to be.
He was up too the second time. As well.
Every fucking time I've gone, I've always been up like right away, like a significant amount. I think even when we were 18,
within 30 minutes to an hour.
Within like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like right away. I'm like, great luck. And then I stay in because I'm like, I'm going to try to have fun with my friends. And then I fucking lose.
Yeah.
You know? And so I feel like gambling for me just needs to be like, I go and play real quick. And if I do good, just that's it.
Yeah.
You know?
If these losses are like staying with you, you know? But I mean, I think
money is so significant to me. You know?
Well, that's the thing is like, I mean, it's just playing money, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's
the point of like even to stretch it because you're not like, oh my God, I'm like stretching my savings. It's like, I'm just stretching my 100 and see where it goes.
I think something else that happened this last time we went when I lost $100. I was already kind of like not in the best mood when we went just because some other like personal factors that were going on.
Just say it.
I can't.
I don't know.
And then I haven't even told you, but
oh wow.
I lost my 100, and to make matters worse, I got to drive all the way home, listen to Jaime make his fucking remarks to me about like him bragging about how he won and how I lost.
That's good.
There's just no limit with Jaime, you know?
Yeah,
he
yeah,
just
yeah.
loves to just rub it in your face whenever he wins and you don't.
Uh-huh.
It's just interesting. Like, how come whenever something bad happens to us, you're so happy?
I don't know. I just get some good joy. I just get genuine joy.
Like, something very crazy and not in a great way happened to me in the last few days. And you were so fucking excited to hear the news of that.
Yeah.
And I just got to thinking, like, what the hell? You know?
I think it's like, because for me, when bad stuff happens to me, like, obviously, like, I'm pretty like, fuck, this sucks.
Yeah.
What are you drinking, by the way?
It's bone broth. It's kind of cold now. Fuck.
What is it supposed
It's
to
not
do?
cold. It's lukewarm.
Like, it's supposed to be like a tea?
Try it.
This is gross.
It's not gross.
Oh, yeah.
You don't like it?
It's like leftover soup.
Take another one.
No, I drink it. I fully taste it. All 1,000 taste buds on my
That's
tongue.
the point. It's broth.
Yeah, but...
So it's like if you boiled like bones and fat and shit.
I had a good taste in my mouth, damn it.
What was the taste?
I just brushed my teeth, so it was like clean, you know? Oh, I drink a Red Bull, too.
I've been drinking this like in the morning, or like if I don't have time to eat, or if I'm just craving something but I don't want to eat because I don't want to gain more pounds and get more of a dad bod, I'll drink some of this because it's pretty filling and it's only like 60 calories.
Yeah, you've been emphasizing that a lot, this whole movement of getting rid of your dad bod. What do you think?
Yeah, I've been making some changes.
Just how to start?
I don't know, man. I just I mean, we talk about it all the time on the pod, our fucking dad bods and the weight gain, you know? But I've been making a lot of changes, man, that you don't know about.
Jeez.
I stopped watching porn. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Because when I'm choking the chick and
you're choking a chick.
when I'm choking my chicken. I mean, for as long as I've been doing it, pretty much, I've been watching porn, and I just feel like it got really obsessive, personally, and like it was like when I would, do the deed, it's like it was more just about like the porn, and it just became like just this ever like, well, more like a never being satisfied, like always looking for the next like video that would like
stimulate.
Be like stimulating enough to like do it for me. And then so it would take forever to like finally finish, just because, and not because of like the sensation, but because I'm just looking at like videos and like I'm desensitized and it's the whole nine, so.
How long has that been going on?
Since I think Friday last week.
Nice. A week?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, not a week yet, but
I'm close.
So I've just been going to, my thoughts.
It's a lot better.
It's nice. I mean, okay, 'cause my logic behind it is I was like, we've tried the nofap thing, right?
Yep.
Awful. I hated it.
Yeah,
I hated it. It was rough. I felt sick when we did that. I swear to God. I'm not even kidding. Like withdrawals, headache, muscle aches, body aches, the whole nine. But I was thinking like, okay, there, it's like we're trying to stop two addictions, or at least me personally, And I was like, well, if I stop the video aspect, I'm still keeping like the main vice, which is what I do it for. It's like the ultimate thing is like the pleasure, but I'm just taking away like this kind of like side piece of it.
The guilt of it.
Yeah,
The
and
shame
the guilt.
of it.
I think there was a lot of shame, to be honest.
Yeah.
And so I was like, let me just try that, And that's been nice.
That's good.
And I still feel the same amount of like urge to like touch myself as before.
Sure.
Which is interesting. But yeah.
Is it faster?
I think all together, yeah. But I think since I'm not distracted by like the search and like videos and stuff, I think it seems longer because it still takes me like a little while. And I think because I'm like learning to like get resensitized, But I think, yeah, it's definitely quicker. Probably like, 5 to 10 minutes.
Good. That's congratulations, because
nice,
that's a good change. Well, I mean, subjectively, that's a really good change.
I'm just surprised at how like much it doesn't suck.
Oh, nice.
Like I just thought it would
But,
suck
like, once you're in the
ass,
moment,
but,
you don't feel like, oh, let me just grab my phone. Like you're not that
No.
horny. We're like, fuck it.
No.
Like you forget all logic.
No, and I don't know why.
Good.
I've just been feeling a lot of discipline lately.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because of the changes I've been making.
All right, just quick list. Any other ones?
So I started running every day. I want to run every day. I don't go to jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
If possible. So I've been doing that. Like, I think I probably only missed like one day.
Nice. Next.
Which is nice. So that's probably like 4 times a week or so. I started taking cold showers.
Cool.
Especially after my runs. I'm not going to lie and say I take them like every time I shower, but like after the runs, I'll definitely take a cold one.
Yeah, I lost my streak. I'm starting to take some warm showers
You're
now.
folding.
Yeah.
God.
Not folding. I was just like...
Since you got sick, huh? You're like,
since I got sick. I got sick and I was miserable, so I started taking warmer ones because like, dude, I can't. Like, I usually take them even when I'm sick, but I was just so sick and for so long, and I was like, dude, I just can't. I just needed some comfort. And I think I got to the point where I was like, it just felt like self-pain, like self-harm almost getting in there because it was like rough.
I chose not to take a cold one today because, 1, I didn't want to, but 2, I was just like, I've already done so much hard shit today.
Yeah.
Like, I worked a full fucking shift. I ran immediately after work, and then I went straight to the grocery store, bought like, I was disciplined there, and bought like only like really healthy foods,
Nice.
Which is another change
Can't
I've
eat
been
what
making.
you don't have, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I've been eating pretty healthy, like just eggs and like chicken and beef and rice, bone broth,
Cool.
trail mix.
You notice any? I mean, it's pretty early. Notice anything?
I don't know. I don't know if it's placebo, but I feel like my dad bod's going away just a smidge.
I mean, it's like a pound at a time. I think even if you have a good diet, I think it's supposed to be like you lose like 2 pounds a week or something, or a pound a week.
Is that how? Oh yeah. Like healthily.
Yeah, healthily. Like you're only losing like a pound a week if you're really like in a 2-3 month program. You know?
But
like you're not losing like 8 pounds.
I've been
a
going
week.
to sleep early too.
Nice.
That's another thing.
Do you think
I think
you're just taking advantage of this new job, new routine, like trying to start off on the right foot?
well, this new job is fucking exhausting because it's like I'm just learning a bunch of shit every day, and I just feel like exhausted when I get home, and so I try to like set myself up for success. So I've been like in bed at the latest 10:30 p.m.
Nice,
which is good.
Wow, that's fucking early as hell.
And then I'll jerk off without porn, which will probably add like 20 minutes,
Cool.
But like pretty good, you know?
sleep
And I'm
by
waking
11.
up before 7 a.m. every day, which is crazy because
Nice.
I used to wake up at like fucking 8:30 or like,
Yeah,
for my old job. But
good.
so yeah, man, I'm
Feels
feeling
good.
pretty good. I feel like
Nice.
once you
Proud
start
of
the
you.
ball rolling with like doing harder stuff, like it all kind of follows, But
real quick on the whole, sorry, loop back to why I take so much pleasure on your downfalls.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. I think
Angel
it's just,
pointed out too.
I think it's just hilarious at times. I think, like I was saying, because when I think with my downfalls, I tend to laugh at myself, like this just miserable laugh.
Yeah.
Like we used to have like the Jaime's luck for a
Yeah.
long time,
Like
where I was just like, dude,
the worst shit
like,
happens.
but
to
I'm
you.
laughing because I'm just like, of course.
Yeah.
And maybe there is like, I guess like this recent thing that you had, maybe there was a little bit lack of sympathy.
Mm-hmm.
But like the gambling, like I don't care that much because I'm like, I know.
We signed up for that,
Well, I just know like you're not losing your house, like you're not losing your savings. Like we came at her to do like 100 and the worst happened. And it's
I was
hilarious.
so annoyed on the way home when you kept fucking giving me shit.
I fell asleep. I don't even give it that much.
No,
It's
you
like
kept.
20 minutes and I knocked out for the
Okay,
rest of
because
the
there
hour.
was that. And then on top of that, I was fucking so pissed because I missed the goddamn Northern Lights that were here that weekend. Okay, first of all, that's a topic we want to fucking talk about.
Yeah.
How the fuck do I always find out about this stuff after? I don't understand. You know how many fucking space pages I follow on Instagram?
How is it not a prediction? Or was it a complete
My
like
whole Instagram feed is like nature, animals, and space, and like
was it
nature.
a complete surprise?
I don't
Okay, real quick,
understand.
explain what happened.
So, we live here in the Central Valley of California, basically the middle of California, technically NorCal, but anyways, to see the Northern Lights, you got to go to like Alaska, Canada, somewhere north or
Montana.
south, because usually it's at towards the north and south poles, or like Finland or fucking Norway,
Italy.
shit like that. I don't think Italy,
I'm
but
just kidding.
like that's number one on my bucket list.
Now, Chris
And
has talked about
has
it
been since I was
forever.
a kid. Like I have to fucking see that. I will not die a happy boy if I haven't seen the Northern Lights.
You haven't seen Brother Bear, right? Is it Brother Bear or Big Bear? It's the cartoon like movie where his like brother turns into a bear or something, or he turns into a bear.
Is there Northern Lights in it?
Yeah, big, like crazy cool scene. I think you'd like it.
I want to see it so bad. Like I've seen so many videos, and like I just love like the moon and shooting stars, and just, do you know how often I go outside and just literally outside my house and I just look up at the sky?
Yeah.
For like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I do that probably like 3 times a week.
Nice.
And I swear to God, like I just look up. And all the time when I'm driving home, I'm always looking up because I'm like, I'm going to see a UFO or a fucking meteor or something one of these days, you know?
Yeah. See the nuke dropping at
and I
your
just
homeland.
cannot believe that the one time there was Northern Lights where we live. And like people are posting pictures of it.
Modesto.
Everywhere.
Modesto,
California.
Like, what the fuck?
Like crazy pink, purple skies. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
And you were just asleep,
and
right?
I was awake.
Oh, what?
Like, I was awake while people were like, well, you know.
After the fact.
The next day, I was like, I was awake.
What were you doing?
When
Just
people
at the
were
house,
posting
right?
those. Yeah, I was just on the couch watching a YouTube video.
Maybe if you looked up instead of looking down, you would have seen
And
it.
I drove home from jiu-jitsu in the dark. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't see it driving home.
I wonder
so
how
it must
long
have
it
been
lasted.
like a small window or something.
Maybe like 10 minutes.
I just can't believe it, dude. And then they were like saying the next night, they were like, if you missed it, you might have a chance to see it tonight. Central Valley, whatever. And so we drove to the casino in the dark and drove back in the dark. And I was like, for sure, when we're driving home at like midnight, we'll fucking see it. Like up in the hills, middle of nowhere, nothing. And I remember we got out of the car and you were like giving me shit. You woke up from your fucking nap and you got out and you're like, well, maybe not this time, bud. I was like, just fucking go to your car. I was so pissed.
I was like, wow, Northern Lights. Because I remember we were like, well, you know, win or lose, at least we're going to see the Northern Lights, right? Because you lost and you didn't see the Northern Lights, man.
Yeah, man.
Holy hell. That's
And
some
Jaime
shit,
won
like-
50, right? And the last time you won 100.
I won 100. I don't know what the fuck you keep saying
You won
50.
100 the first time. You won 50 the second time.
What the fuck are you talking
Angel
about?
won 100 this time, right?
I don't know. What
Or like 120.
I won. All right, this is going to be stupid logic, but I won 200. And I owed Angel 60 from an irrelevant other time. So I technically was like, okay, I only made 140. But I technically won
You
200.
just twist the narrative always just to fit whatever, you know? You know what I was thinking?
Can I finish? Second night. Because you're not going to slander my name. My profits. My casino reputation.
Yeah.
Second night, I won $100. Period. Point blank profit.
You know what's fucking crazy? You were down, right? I think you lost all your profit.
yeah.
Like you were up for a while, right? And then I think
up.
you went back down to even, which was $100 that you put in.
Yeah.
And he looks at me and he's like, should I just go all in on $100? Like everything I
It's
have.
big money for us.
And I was like, I don't want to fucking. I wanted so bad to be like, yes.
Yeah.
Just
I
to
would have.
see the thrill
On you?
I know.
Like, do it, dude. You're going to regret it for the rest of your life.
But then I was just
and then
imagining
die
you
laughing.
losing and then looking at me, and I was the one that told you to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't want that
Never let it
responsibility.
down.
Exactly. And I was like, I don't want to influence you, dude, but that'd be crazy. You know? And he does it. And he won it.
I
And he
won.
doubled his $100. He got $200. And I think you played a little bit. You won 50, dude. I swear to God.
No.
Because you played that 200, that second 100 you got, and you fucking were losing all of it. And you're like, all right, I'm done.
I did leave with 150.
You made $50 because you're rubbing it in my fucking face the whole time.
I didn't put a $100 bill, though.
And you're like, whatever you guys put in, I make half of that back or some bullshit like
I
that.
don't know. Anyways, but it was crazy real quick, just to finish off this gambling story. The first night, I was down to like 20.
Oh my
no, I was down to
God.
like 30 bucks.
I had to keep lending you money.
And I made this is not profit or anything, but the streak of money I made from the 30 bucks, I think I got up to like 300 and something.
Dude.
But then I owed Chris and owed Angel.
Yeah,
and
because I
stuff.
lent him 100, so he gave me 100 back.
And I think he lended me 150.
Yeah,
I
lent
got
him
rid of your
150. Yeah.
I made enough money to off like with 30, 40 bucks. I made
Somehow I was
enough
the only
to,
one that brought cash.
Yeah. Well, you told me because I was going to go to the bank. You said
yeah.
I got you. So.
Yeah.
And
Well, you asked me, so.
Yeah.
I pitifully said yes.
What the bitch? I was like, do you want me to go to the bank
I'm
or
just
do you want me
kidding.
to, you know?
No, yeah.
And so I made enough money to pay Chris, pay Angel because Angel wanted to borrow 100 and like had a lot more left over. So I was on a crazy ass streak off that like 40 bucks.
Yeah.
Anyways, real quick. Yeah, and then Angel was losing that first night and I was laughing so hard. And
Yeah,
then
he lost like $200.
Noel lost a little bit, but he left before I could laugh. And then, yeah, I mean, I just know one day it's gonna be my turn. You know?
And to be fair, I think we laugh at you pretty hard when you fail.
Yeah, it's like that's what it is.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a little hypocritical.
Because I think even this recent event that happened with you, I think it would still be like, what the fuck are the chances?
Yeah.
And the way you were setting it up in the text,
dude, it's
you were like cooking it. You know?
Yeah.
You're
I
like,
wanted a reaction.
Like, tell me the joke, and then I was like, okay, give me the punchline, because like we're ready for it. Oh, yeah. Great, dude. All right, do you want to do the poetry?
Yeah, real quick.
Real fucking quick.
Erotic asphyxiation. What are your thoughts?
What? Erotic fixation?
I gotta look up what this is called. What's it called when you choke yourself when you're masturbating?
Erotic asphyxiation?
Isn't it called that? I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Asphyxiation.
Erotic as, of course, it doesn't fucking come up suggested. Asphyxiation.
It's PH, right?
Oh yeah, erotic asphyxiation. Let me look on Wikipedia. Or breath control play is the intentional restriction of oxygen to the brain for purposes of sexual arousal.
Nice.
The term autoerotic asphyxiation is used when the act is done by a person to themselves.
To themselves.
So like, yeah, like that, or like
purposely holding your breath. You think?
Maybe I've seen in a movie. I don't remember if we were watching it together. I think we were. The guy had like a belt like around his neck, and it was tied to like the doorknob or like around the door, and he was like leaning forward.
Is that the one we watched, all four of us, and she was the what is it called? No, okay.
This was Mindhunter, I think, that me and Lindsay watched by ourselves. That's why. But it's a thing, and there's been like people who pass away from it. Like they take it a little too far, and they don't come back.
And if you go limb and it's still choking you,
yeah, you're done. You know? Like, I know there's a Weeknd lyric in one of his songs. David Carradine. Do you know who that is? He says, David Carradine, I'ma die when I come.
Don't tell me he died when he came.
He did.
He's awful.
And like, it just sucks because people get found like that.
That's embarrassing.
They find you, like, with your pants down. Like,
imagine, like,
hanging,
you as, like, an 8-year-old boy, and you, like, knock on your dad's door, and you're like, Daddy. He's just...
That's dark, man.
It's rough.
The reason I bring it up is, like, I heard through the grapevine of someone who's, like, only a few people away from me who did pass away like that. It's just crazy because that's something that I view as, like, so rare.
What, the kink or the death?
Both.
Okay.
But, like, just recently there was someone who passed away like that. And then I also heard, like, from that same source, they're like, oh, yeah, and I used to work with this, like, dude who was found, like, in his, like, lab at work. Like, he was in kind of, like, the medical field. And they found him dead, like, fucking with his pants down, like, hanging, like, with something around his neck, you know?
Sucks,
like,
dude.
What a way to go, you know?
What a shit way to go.
And I'm just thinking, is that a good way to, like, for you in the moment? It's got to be a pretty good way to go.
It's probably, like, the farthest you could take it.
Well, cause it's
so that's, like, the best.
Or do you think there's a level of panic, like, oh, my God?
I think there's maybe, like, slight, but, like, you're passing out. So it's, like, you know, like, you're not really, like, you probably just think you're going to go to sleep. Like, it's like when you faint, I feel like.
Yeah,
because I don't think it's like.
Yeah, I think
because they wouldn't get to that point because they would take it off.
Because they're enjoying it.
Well, I guess maybe they're trying to take it off in the cat and then, like.
I think it depends on the method. I just don't really know the method. And I was just thinking about the funeral.
He has an open casket and he's still like, he still pants down. They couldn't get the belt off his neck, so it's just there, just a fat ass scarf.
You see the fucking red?
Yeah.
Oh, man. But I'm just thinking about the funeral and like, what do you even say? What do you even say if at somebody's?
It's just
funeral
unknown. I mean, it's just
like
it's just not talked about.
Just don't talk about
just elephant in the room.
I'm sure you don't, right?
You should try it.
It's crazy. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? If it's good enough to die for.
Well, it's just like with like the ball ring.
Oh, I put my cock ring around my balls?
Yeah. Like that seems interesting. But I mean, I don't know. It just seems kind of like a lot. It just seems like why even add a layer?
As time goes on, is it harder for you to talk about these things on the pod?
A little bit.
Me too, which is interesting because I feel like when we started, we were like, let's just talk about it.
I mean, I think it's
all the
like
crazy stuff.
A couple things. I think it's like, oh, cool. Like, but I think I'm at like this point where I'm like,
Maturity,
it's good. It's
right?
cool. But I'm like, I have a bunch of other stuff I want to talk
I have
about.
more to offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, talking that, I'm just not as enthused right now with it. You know.
I think I used
Maybe
to
if I
go
was,
to
like,
this.
single and like still doing like all this crazy stuff. Maybe I'd be like more. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I just feel like more tempered down.
I feel like a lot more hesitant to talk about that stuff. It
It's
just feels kind of like,
yeah. I mean,
cheap.
it definitely has.
you know?
Yeah. Well, it's just like, and I think a viewer standpoint too. I'm like, I'd rather talk about this at the end.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, should we
get
do
the
my
poetry.
poetry?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys,
this
special treat for you
works out anyway.
guys. I was going through my closet, donating a bunch of stuff, getting rid of some stuff, and I found my poetry book from high school, junior year. So we did like this poetry unit, and our teacher was like, went really hard on that kind of stuff. So she really made us like write these poems that were like
Is this what is it, Dr. McKennell? Miss McKennell?
Miss McCarthy.
Yeah.
Which we had the same teacher, but a different period.
Sure.
So this poetry book is titled "The Highlights of My Life." Thank you. It's titled "The High."
Sorry, I gotta come over.
I can hold it.
Well, just turn the page.
It's titled "The Highlights of My Life" by Chris Mariscal, October 31st,
Whoa, Mike Tyson.
October 31st, 2016. Sorry, just side note real quick. We're about to get into it. But you know how I filmed that video of me fixing my door hinges in my room?
Sure.
When I was editing it, I realized I said something with a lisp, like full on. Like I was like, hingeth.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't even notice until I was editing.
Oh wow.
Like in the moment, I
Usually
didn't even
catch yourself.
feel. And I was like, do I do that?
No,
sometimes?
I would have noticed.
It's crazy. Like if you watch the video right now, you can hear it. It's insane.
I'll go back to that video. It's already doing numbers. Was. Then everyone
Oh,
roasted
yeah,
you
I
in the
did
comments.
well. And they're like, you could just spray fucking WD-40 on it.
Yeah, I
Like,
probably didn't
It's
have to
about
take
the
it apart.
principle. It's squeaking again. So.
Okay. Well, maybe.
Okay, it's called The Highlights of My Life by Chris Mariscal, 10/31/2016, period 3, poetry
Jesus
book, Mrs.
Christ.
McCarthy. And I haven't read these yet, you guys. So I read the first one, and it was so, like, cringy. And I was like, I have to fucking read these on the pod. So this is the first one.
Oh, you just skipped it, no?
Huh?
What is that?
No, it's a table of contents.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Should we read the titles? No, I'll just
No,
read them as
yeah,
I go. So this is my first poem. It's called The Biggest Obstacle. In all caps, the first line. Fear.
Nice.
The dark of a moonless night.
Cool.
Bitter like black tea. I don't know why the color was relevant, but a powerful whiff of a dairy farm. A
How is that even fee related?
a towering wall blocking off all other roots. The pitiful
Roots
voice
go underground.
routes, bitch. It's poetry. Get a grip, okay?
There you go.
The pitiful voices telling you to go no further. Nausea and cold sweats as your face goes numb. Fear. That's the end.
Chris actually just writing this because he has a slight cold.
Look, a lot of these things, a lot of these poems, this is when I was balls deep into my running career.
Yeah.
Running was the most important thing in my life
In
at
your
this time.
whole life.
And so a lot of this is tied back to running. So I think this was tied back to like the fear I felt during like races when things got like so uncomfortable and you just want to quit and start walking. And that was like, I think that's what I was talking
Is
about.
black tea bitter?
I don't know. I probably Googled it.
Seriously, you could have just said black coffee.
Yeah. It would have been good to be like black coffee. That would have made sense.
I just don't get where you're talking about fear for a powerful whiff of a dairy farm.
I think it's running because I used to run on the canals all the time.
Yeah, but how's
which are
that
surrounded
fear?
by like farms? I don't know. I think it was linked to like, I don't know. I don't know.
I do see where the pitiful voices. Jeez, what way to look at yourself.
Telling you to go no further.
Yeah, like God, pitiful. Yeah, I can see that. That's running. You know, fear. More like, is it fear? I feel like there's a better, like that's linked to a better emotion. Like,
Pain.
yeah.
Resistance.
Let me see if any of these qualifies fear. I think only the first line. Because I can see the dark of a moonless night is pretty fucking scary.
Right?
Dark of a moonless night, that shit's pitch black.
That's gold right there.
Yeah,
That's a good
good.
line.
That's a
It's
hook.
banger.
And
That's
then
a bar.
the rest was, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Next one.
I think I might have read that one and I might have read this second one. Let me see. Okay. Maybe
What?
I didn't.
Need help?
Because I remember one specifically. I thought I only read one poem. But I must have read.
Could we
I must
not-
have skipped in the middle.
Did we not have to like double space it or anything?
I don't know.
It's just
It's
like
a single
the
space.
smallest part of the page.
This one's called Logic.
Nice, cool. You start rapping.
I don't want to die. I want to be alive.
Oh, dude, that used to go for so long.
That's a good song. I am like a car. If you...
I'll let you explain. I am a car.
I am like a car. If you treat me right, I will be there for you whenever you need me. I will be reliable and you'll be able to count on me. Only if you are good to me. I will help you go places and do things. But our respect must be mutual. If I'm treated bad, you shouldn't expect much from me.
Wait, stop doing it. We gotta analyze these.
I'm gonna let you read the next one. I just want to let you have some of the fun.
I like after analyzing too.
Yeah.
First of all, I am like a car, which is a crazy ass statement. Like
It's poetry, man. It's symbolic.
Yeah, but
You can't
you're
tell
not
me.
even. Your
If you
car's
treat
a fucking
car right,
Nissan Sentra.
You get the oil changed.
You know, like
you
you're
know?
not even a car guy. I am like a Nissan Sentra.
2000
The first, honestly, this whole thing is a little horny too. Like a little
Really?
relationship. Like if you treat me right.
I think I was thinking about like family trauma or something, or maybe I was. I think I was thinking about like
relationship,
someone
right?
from high school.
Because
that
I'm thinking like
am
if you
kinda
treat me right,
recalling
like
now.
treat me like a relationship, treat me with respect.
But our respect must be mutual.
But I'm like, do you respect your car? Like, do you go in there like, dude, I respect you. You're grateful, sure, but I don't respect my fucking car. Like, who respects their car?
it's a figure of speech. You respect it. It's a powerful vehicle. It could kill you.
Yeah, okay, you respect. I
You can
guess
kill someone.
You respect the safety of it, maybe.
Yeah, come
yeah.
on.
Okay. If I'm treated bad, you shouldn't expect much from me. That makes sense with the car.
I was such a goth boy. Like I was so emo at this
Yeah,
time.
seriously.
Like I was really like
Good thing you lined up, dude.
running was my savior, and I remember just being mad at the world. Like I remember just being so angry all the time. Like I would just critique everyone so hard.
Yeah.
Like whenever my teacher said something stupid in my head, I'd be like, "You're fucking stupid," you know? Or
Jeez,
like
just so much anger,
just
huh?
a lot of like hate, and I don't know where it came from,
Just
but
the
like
divorce, man.
had to be. But yeah, so I think there's a lot of that. You'll feel a lot of that in here.
I think that's good. I think the rest was pretty good.
Trying, you know.
All right, you want me to read this?
Yeah,
what you said?
you read the next one. I mean,
You
I
haven't
don't know.
read this, right?
No,
So
I don't
this
think
will
so.
be- You'll probably. The thing about Chris's brain is like as soon as you say the first word, he's like, "Oh yeah, I remember this."
I know, like
how?
a fucking computer.
Suicide. I'm just kidding. Sorry. Jesus. Suicide. Okay. Just fucking boy. Motivation. I remember when I used to be the worst.
I think this is the one I read before.
I remember when I used to be the worst. The worst on the team, full of skinny runners.
Oh God.
Fuck, way to at me. When my desire to be better did not overcome my laziness and lack of will, all the shortcuts and lack of hard work, the guilt I should have felt. I remember chasing the backs of friendly jerseys. Wow.
That's pretty good, huh?
The last line was kind of good.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it. That was it. I
God
mean,
damn it.
Why are these so short?
I don't know.
Maybe it was like a haiku. Is this a haiku? No, it's way
A
shorter.
sonnet? I don't know.
I remember when I used to be the worst, which is fucking crazy.
This is all about running. If you couldn't tell.
The worst on a team full of skinny runners where we were all
Some of these
skinny.
lines are just so long. It's so cringy. It's so
Well,
hard
like
to hear.
the one was like 2 lines. What my desire to be did not overcome, and then it went to the second line. My laziness and
yeah,
lack
wow.
of will. I think that was pretty
I
good.
think I got a good grade on this.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure she ate it up.
yeah. She's like, "Oh my God, Chris, are you okay?
I know.
You want to go next?"
Nah, you could do another one if you want. We'll do 2 and 2.
First of all, pre-context of this next one, Chris worked at Kohl's. Okay, part-time.
No, not at this time.
Well, it says work.
Well, maybe when you get into it. Maybe if you stop assuming shit about me, you would understand me a little
You
better.
didn't work at high school.
That's
then.
why I had to write these fucking poems.
Yeah.
No, I didn't work until I was out of high school.
Okay, well then
In
let's see
college.
what this means. It's probably fucking
I'm
work
sure
of
it's running. I'm sure.
Work.
Sorry, side note. Our English teacher was like a pretty good runner. Like she would always talk about high school. Do you remember that?
No.
She would always talk about running in high school and how it like saved her life, and like she ran like a 5-10 mile as like a girl in high school, and she was like, you know, It's pretty good.
It's really good.
So she was just super into running and shit. So I think I purposely did a little bit of this because I knew she'd like it. Anyways.
Do you know how long you spent on this project? Do you remember?
No.
Work. I'm the one who woke up early.
Mm-hmm.
I was up when the sun was not all summer long. The underdog who began to crave the results. The one who's working towards bigger things.
Uh-huh.
While most of the others were sleeping.
Yep.
I hadn't seen it before, but I knew it was almost in sight.
Mm.
I am the one who became one of our top 3.
Some things never change, man. That's crazy. You know?
What?
Just the work ethic. You know, up before the sun. Nobody else is up.
Yeah, this is some pretty alpha shit right here, huh?
Just knowing, like, I'm right there. You know, it's not in sight, but, like, I know it's there.
Yeah, I know it's right there in our grass top 3.
It's crazy because I'm bragging about becoming the top 3, but I remember, you know, flash forward to senior year, and I was top 1, baby, in MMC championships. I'll never forget that.
What do you mean top 1?
And I made all MMC and got a medal.
Really? Top 1? You were top 1?
Yeah, the reason I was top 1 is because Ryan was injured.
Yeah.
And I was really
Brandon?
like... Yeah, okay, I think it was... Okay, Ryan...
And Andrew?
Ryan Weidman was our number 1, just hands down.
Yeah, on everything.
And
basically.
then it was like me, Andrew Keys, and Brandon Zawalin probably all battling for like 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, especially long.
And I remembered like,
distance.
dude, that was my peak. And I knew it. And I went to that race. Like, I remember, I was thinking about that today when I was running. I remember just like, that was probably the emoest I'd ever been. I started listening to Lil Peep. Dude, I was balls deep in like Lil Peep music. He had just died. Just super depressing, like fucking Lil Xan and shit. And I remember I would embrace the fucking pain. And I remember going into that race, I swear to God, like I was listening to Lil Peep, like warming up and shit.
What?
And I was just like, I don't care if I fucking die in this race. Like, I'm going to go so fucking hard. And I just, dude, for like the whole like week, I was like, because that was it. Like, MMC Championships was like, it was our senior year. That was my last chance to like flex in our like
community
against the people we usually race against, you know? And I fucking laid it all out there.
What was your time? Do you remember?
It's a 5K. Low, I don't know. It was
probably
low,
like 17s.
Low 17.
Nice.
Low 17.
Good shit, man.
But I remember I came in first. And I remember thinking, like, okay, Ryan's hurt. I got to fucking, like, I want to be that dog. Like,
yeah. So you beat out Brandon
dude.
and Andrew?
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know how, but
Fox, seriously.
I remember being shook. But, yeah, man. Just had to have my moment real quick.
Real quick, you think you'd ever get back into running, like, competitively?
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested to do,
I
like,
think
a 5K,
running now,
right?
it's like I want to start doing, like, 5Ks and maybe, like, a half marathon would be cool.
Yeah, marathon.
I don't think a full marathon. I'd fucking kill myself.
Yeah, it's rough.
But I think I'd do like a 10K and like a half marathon probably.
Okay.
Anyways, that'd be cool.
Let's go. Let's hit this one. Emphasis right here.
All right, both of me. I should probably tell you that I am not always the same. That I become different with different places and people. I am quiet and proper around most, yet I am lively and loud around my brothers. Like a caged animal set free, I go wild and laugh hysterically.
Oh, nice little rhyme in the end.
God.
Oh my God, Chris.
So cringy. That's a Gemini.
What kind of monster do you think you are?
God.
I guess you've always been you've always had that dual.
I've always had that
personality.
Like, I've always thought that was fascinating about myself. Like I'm so shy and shit, but then I come on a fucking podcast.
Brothers, nice. We always did think we were like brothers in running, bro. We were always like, dude, you guys are my brothers.
We were.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Those are the days, man. It was hard to move on from that. Especially for me and you. Like when we graduated, it was just like depression to move on and become adults. So dramatic. Okay. Running to the escape. I begin the great task ahead of me. While I'm running for miles upon miles, first mile or two, I am still thinking about everything and everyone, until I start looking around at everything that I pass. Listening to my breathing as I try to stay as steady as possible. Listening to the repetitive rhythm that I create with my hard footsteps. Pumping my arms as all my worries melt away. Brushing away the little aches and pains that try to get my attention throughout my mileage. Wiping away the stresses that I am sweating out. Slowing to a stop as I hear the last beep of my watch. more than ready to eat as much as my stomach can bear. One could do worse than be a distance runner.
Real quick.
More of the same.
Oh, wait, hold on. Until I start looking at or thinking about everything and everyone. Until I start looking around at everything that I pass. Chris was just passing like a nice ass neighborhood, just in the suburbs. Chris is just in the neighborhood
Just
running.
gentrified
Like he's just running in the most like cool, safe environment ever.
You want to read this one?
Yeah, I'll go for it.
God,
I wish I could find mine.
It's another fucking running one, I think. Dude, I wish I could hear yours, dude.
Because it'd be way worse. It'd just be cringy as hell. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I probably talk about a lot of running.
Hear it, man. You'll probably find it like 2 years from now.
Yeah, I want to clean out. And, we'll still be doing the pod, so.
Yep, exactly.
Obstacles. I keep thinking it's going to be like a rhyme.
If it's running, just fly through it.
Seriously. Obstacles. Seriously, Jesus Christ, it's like 8 in a row.
I know.
Usually towards the second half of my journey, I slowly start losing my grasp of what I strive for. The cowardly voice in my head starts itself up, urging me to slow down, to take it a little easier, telling me that it's okay to stop pushing so hard, challenging the strength of my will and determination, reminding me how bad my legs are burning from the lactic acid. Nice terminology. Testing the strength of the bond between my desire and my success.
That's pretty good.
That was great. Trying to convince me to slow down just a little and that it will hurt less if I ease up. I frown upon this mindset of mine, but it sounds so desirable in my time of misery.
Wow.
That's probably one of the best ones.
Hey.
That was good.
That's a fucking poem for life right there.
Edgar Allan Poe, that shit.
I know. Was that just one that you read?
Yeah.
I'll read this one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. That one looks interesting.
Something different for once.
Hopefully. Fuck.
Deep oceans. I wish I could run on the beach. Imagine, just back to running. Deep oceans.
It might be. I don't know.
I favor the bottoms of oceans. What are you, Aquaman?
What the fuck is that about? I have no idea what that means.
Where everything is calm and the going is easy. Again, you don't even know what the bottom of the ocean is.
I don't think the going's very easy down there. I think it's pretty gnarly.
It's rough. Unlike the surfers where things are hectic and the pace is rapid, Chris swears he's Aquaman.
I swear I knew about the fucking marine
about
biology.
the ocean. He's like, I prefer to be in the water. I prefer to stick to myself most of the time. Relaxing on the comfortable, inviting sandy floor where I can deal with no one but myself.
Wow.
I may venture up towards the top every once in a while. Only for a moment when I feel like I'm being more social than usual. Most of my days will be spent deep under the radar. Where I can keep to myself and deal with what I want to. That's it.
Wow. That was interesting.
That's emo.
That was a look into my fucking soul.
Jeez, why are you so emo, dude?
It's crazy because it's kind of the same as now. Like, not as depressing, but like...
Yeah. I don't think it's
and
corny.
I don't view it that way, but it's like...
Huh. I think what you meant to say was beach floor on all this.
Beach floor?
Instead of ocean floor.
I was kind of depressed, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I could see that.
And the crazy thing is, like, in writing these, I knew only my teacher would see it. You know?
Yeah,
so now that it's coming
good.
out, I'm like, Jesus, fuck.
I wonder how many she laughs at.
I know. It was me, like...
Seriously.
Fucking... Okay. Regret.
Nice.
Again, regret.
Okay.
Regret stands tall over you, staring straight through you like a window, speaking an unknown language, sparking tons of puzzled thoughts that linger inside your head. She walks close behind you, constantly reminding you that she's there, just in case you may have forgotten. She's hideous with the ego of a queen, desperate for your attention, never letting you lose sight of her nauseating presence. She lets out an ear-piercing screech that slams into your chest, pushing you with great pressure until it finds a way in. Planted for eternity in the back of your mind. Regret. That was pretty crazy.
That was good.
Holy
that
shit.
was good.
That's
Good
probably
job.
the best one.
I know. Wow. I think that was a good description.
I'm trying to think about what I was talking about, and I just know. I know what the fuck I was talking about. I remember in high school, I used to regret all the times that I didn't, like, take up an opportunity to go, like, hang out with the girl that I was talking to. Because I had no confidence, you guys. Like, I would get girls, but, like, once it came down to, like, they'd be like, we should hang out. And I'd be like, yeah, yeah. And I would just bail, like, every time because I was too scared. Like, I had no confidence, dude. You know? Yeah, I was just so insecure and, like, and I remember regretting all these, like, chances because I was, like, very interested, you know? Like, I wanted to, like,
do something,
experiment and stuff, you know?
But maybe that's why you described that as a girl behind you.
Probably. And I remember just being...
all those girls.
I remember, like, thinking about that. I remember talking to Coach about that, too. Like, how much I regretted that stuff. And he's like, that's stupid.
I feel like Coach would eat this shit up.
No, he wasn't like it's stupid, but I think he was just like, dude, like don't trip. Like,
yeah,
there's gonna be plenty of chances, you know. But
true.
Yeah, I think it. Oh no, I only read one, huh? This one, it's called Innocence. A million years ago, when I was an innocent child.
What?
In a friendly neighborhood with friendly neighbors who loved to play. I remember my 7th birthday. An evening that was all about me, when I looked out to our huge front window and saw a shiny new bike winking at me. Anticipating the joy-filled years that we would spend together following this moment. This is about my bike, by the way. Yeah. I rushed out the door like a bullet from a gun, darting at my chance to christen my new world. Fireworks exploding throughout my body as I tried to chew the huge bite of cake that had just been given to me. I'm trying to decipher reality from my fantasies as I looked down at my new companion. That was a poem about my bike when I was 7 years old.
I feel like the prompt was probably like childhood, like something in your childhood or something. You would go like early because there's no way you would have picked this memory out of nowhere.
That's a true memory, but I'd totally forgotten about it. Because I remember I wanted a bike so bad, and my parents got me one. And I remember I ran outside. And I looked at the bike and I said, hey, bike, are you here for my birthday? And my parents thought it was like the sweetest thing. And they would always tell me that. Aww. Like growing up, they'd always repeat that line.
It's cute.
I'm sure there was a prompt, though, like write about something from your childhood or something.
Looking back.
I think all these were prompts. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like I remember it was like write about something that you're insecure about. Or like write about something that makes you mad. Or, you know, shit like that. So
we got one each left. So
okay.
Looking back, that time I preferred to get a full night's sleep instead of a binder full of completed homework assignments. Jesus. When I stayed home to watch the game instead of hanging out with my friends. Baseball.
I don't know.
Driving off instead of offering help.
What?
To that person in the parking lot who needed a jump start.
Seriously?
What? Fucking asshole, I guess.
I actually remember that.
I feel like that happens all the time.
I remember being in high school, and I remember I was with friends. Like, I don't know if it was you, but it was definitely like you, Angel, Andrew, like
the squad.
And I remember we were about to dip. It was like the small parking lot in the back of our high school. And I remember there was these dudes, like they went to school with us, and they were trying to start their car, and I heard it like not starting. And I was like, let's fucking hurry so we can get out of here. We were the only other car there. And I think it had jumper cables and everything. Like, I could have helped him. And I was just like,
no, I don't want to help anyone with jumper cables because I don't even know how to do it.
I do know how to do it, though. Just and like, I did at the time.
I think it's negative, negative, positive, positive to their negative, negative, positive,
it's
positive.
Really easy. It's color coded.
But sometimes they don't have like the...
It's scary, though, because you could probably electrocute yourself.
Sometimes they don't have... What is it called? The base?
The rubber?
No, there's like a exact word for it. Like the connection. So you have to like put it like close to
somewhere else?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand that part. That's weird.
Ordering the all-you-can-eat pancakes rather than the breakfast sandwich with hash brown... Let me restart that. Ordering the all-you-can-eat pancakes rather than the breakfast sandwich with hash browns on the side. Both of those sound the same. Like, it's fine. Deciding not to study for that chemistry test. Turning my alarm off and setting it for 10 minutes later. Spending money on fast food instead of saving it. Wow. Really mature outlook on life, huh? Nice. That's pretty good. Well,
it was pretty trash.
Yeah. No, I mean, the message. the discipline.
Yeah,
But I mean, you were only like
discipline.
17, 16. It's like
It's
like, fine.
I don't not fantasize. Sorry, I don't like romanticize high school anymore. But for a long time, I did. And reading these, I'm like, why would I? Like,
yeah.
I would not want to be back at this point.
All right, last one.
Let's hope it's good. The cycle. You finally reach the open ocean where everything is smooth sailing. I don't think it's smooth out there at all.
Chris has never been on a boat, really.
Only after you've just began cruising effortlessly, you spot something strange in the distant horizon. As you come closer, you realize that it won't be easy to get past this big obstacle. Time will need to be taken to find a solution. Time to think to yourself and do what is best for yourself. Only then will you get past the obstacles and get to the smooth waters that you desire. I don't really get it.
Are the obstacles the waves?
I don't really get it.
What obstacles? I know metaphorically life, but what was the metaphor in this?
Maybe sometimes you just got to stop and reevaluate shit.
Yeah, but you're saying like you're smooth sailing and there's going to be obstacles.
I don't know.
I guess in general.
I couldn't tell you.
Wait, it said
I thought I was cooking, though.
you spot something strange in the distant horizon. As you come closer, you realize that it won't be easy to get past this big obstacle. What are you, the fucking Titanic?
I don't know,
what are you looking at? Oh my god.
Ocean metaphors.
Seriously. Chris, how many times have you been on a boat?
Once. In the ocean? Once.
Yep. All right. What a crazy analogy to make, huh? Wow, well, that has been The Highlights of My Life by Chris Mariscal, 10/31/16, period 3, poetry book, Miss McCarthy.
There's pictures of me running on the front, and then a picture of us all in Mammoth.
Love that picture, by the way.
Pretty good, huh?
Well, not you running, the
Mammoth one. Yeah.
Wow. Didn't really know you had this side of you, huh?
It's crazy because I remember, like, I don't think I have the darkness that I used to have.
Jeez.
And I remember being, like, disappointed that I didn't have that darkness anymore. Because I just felt like it gave me, like, a good edge. And it made me interesting and mysterious. And I feel like...
Chris swears.
I know, I swear I was just walking around with my backpack open.
You and Angel... You're trying to be mysterious? Swear, bro, you and Angel had this fucking...
I think Angel still has it.
Yeah, like...
A little bit.
Of like this, I want to be mysterious vibe, and like I keep to myself.
I think I still fight for that, but I don't think I have it like I used to.
Dude, I think I was the exact opposite. My growing up, I feel like I was an open fucking
just
book.
So fucking jolly
just
all
like,
the time.
I feel like I was like a young SpongeBob, you know?
Yeah.
Like I just couldn't imagine, and I think I didn't see you guys that way because I only saw you guys on your open sides,
like running,
and like we're just no one's
fun.
But then I remember there were stories of you and Angel being described as like the quiet ones that just had their headphones in and like looked down, and it like didn't make any sense, because I was like, well, you guys are always like open and jolly with me, but then I'm like, obviously I could tell now like you did have that side to you guys.
I just remember making zero effort like in classes to talk to people. Like I had you guys. I had such a solid group of friends. So I was just like, I don't even care to like force anything like during the day, at school. So I just remember I wouldn't talk to anybody.
So strange.
I know, because I think me now, I'd be like, I should get to know some people.
Like it's like a golden opportunity.
Well, yeah. What better opportunity than when you're like learning shit? Like,
and just students like
same
you're all
like
up.
even at like starting this new job. It's like my second week. I'm like trying to like, I try to be like social, and make friends and like get cool with my new coworkers that I'm like hired with. So it's like I have that support and like, people to go to and stuff.
That's hilarious, man.
So,
that was good poetry. Thanks for finding that and sharing that with us.
Dude,
in the
as
class.
soon as I found that, I was so hyped. But that's crazy.
Just real quick, your thoughts on that whole thing as a whole?
I don't know. I just didn't. I don't know. I kind of forgot the darkness,
Yeah.
to the extent. And I remember writing that and feeling so good about it. Like when I wrote a lot of those, I was like, dude, this is sick. Like it was just kind of like an outlet at the time. And like to me at the time, it felt so cool to write something kind of gnarly.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like, I know my teacher's going to love this because she would love when we were like, when we showed like the dark sides of ourselves.
Passion.
Like we had 2 finals in that class, like each semester.
Yeah.
And both times it was like a gift project. We had to get in front of the class and share like a hardship you've been through, and then turn it into like a gift that you can offer to people, like some insight that you kind of gained from it. And like you cried during that, right? You cried. Angel cried during it. It's like, dude, we're sharing like really sensitive information about ourselves.
And I think it's
she encouraged it. She's like, you need to share something like
that's not just whatever
us to do it. And everybody was like, why is she so like horny for like trauma? Like, she literally just wants to hear like trauma and shit.
I think that makes sense now.
I think she had just been through a lot, and she would share that a lot with us, and I think she just wanted us to
she cried a couple times, right? I'm sure.
For sure, yeah.
Right? She had such a tight mouth.
Yeah.
Teeth. Just like,
I don't understand how you pick up on that shit.
Anyways. I wonder how she looks like now.
That's 8 years ago, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wow, man. Well, real quick, like, maybe we could take a second to pause. I don't know if you're down for this for a second. Yeah. I'm going to look at the docs and see if I have anything saved.
Oh, my God, please.
Just give me a second. Just take a break.
Had to be there.
I got to pee.
Because that's what we would use, I think.
All right, so I found 2 things on my Google Docs real quick.
I can't believe you still have that from high school.
This one seems...
Are you sure you want to read that?
Yeah.
That's where you cried, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't seem that serious now.
Okay.
And I've recovered a lot with my dad, and I mean, that was whatever.
So this is the project that we referenced earlier.
No, this is the other one.
Oh.
So this is one I just saw right now, but I have the other one next.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So this is just sense of self. So I think it's just describing me, and I want to just see where my head was at.
Yeah.
You don't want to read it, right?
No, go for it.
Sense of self. My dream job since I've entered high school is to become a math teacher at either the high school or college level.
Wow.
High ambitions. College level, to get to a college level teaching seems very...
You have to have a master's at least.
Yeah, jeez. Becoming good at math was a skill I got after 8th grade when I went to a math camp during summer, and it helped me learn a lot of things I hadn't known.
Wow, math camp.
It made me more passionate about... Well, I was behind, I think, and then that helped me.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And then I became advanced.
Oh, no way.
I was like, Jesus.
Crazy fucking math character arc.
It made me be more passionate about math, and I actually started to want to learn about it. In each one of my math classes, I've been at least in the top 5 kids in terms of knowledge, what to do, and I've always helped people who needed it. Yeah.
You do. I think it's just because you like to talk to people.
Getting an Eagle Award from my math teacher when I was a sophomore really showed me I had what it takes to become very good at math in the future. And last year, my math teacher said that everyone who I sat next to improved. Oh, yeah, he showed me a statistic. He would, like, move people every quarter to sit next to me, and their math grades would go up.
That's cool.
That's cool, huh?
That's sick.
I was like, dude, I'm fucking genius.
That's goated.
I think I sat next to... I might have sat next to... Remember Bella? She's like a little shorter. She was friends with like Haley Husky.
I think so.
And she went to our race one time.
I believe
she went to the mud race. Okay, anyways. Yeah, she sat next to me. I think, was that her? I think it was her. I might have sat next to Madison. I don't want to say her last name. It's actually surprising. Like the short one, too.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 other people or something. No. Yeah, I sat next to this girl named Abigail, and she was like a year older than me. Can't remember. There was a couple of them, though. And I don't know. I was just wondering. Anyways, he showed me the stats. I was like, what can I say? Personality-wise, I'm a leader, especially when it comes in terms of math, because I feel confident enough to help people when they ask for it. I think it would be a key characteristic in becoming a teacher because you have to know how to keep control of your class. Wow. Taking care of my nephew and niece every day after practice since they've been born taught me how to be patient. Jeez.
Damn.
It's really mature.
Yeah.
Being taught from a young age by my mom to always be kind to others, and I've learned how to talk to someone and explain to them something in a nice way without screaming or scaring them. I was also very patient, and I was so good at teaching. Sorry, not tying myself up.
Damn, it's like night and day going from my fucking poetry book to this shit.
Yeah, seriously, I was like, what the fuck, man? Oh, we'll see the next one.
Trying to make it look bad here?
I'm like, I never had any regrets. Growing up, I've always been a talkative person and not a shy one. And I think when I teach, it'll help me connect with my students. Getting angry easily is something I usually don't do, and I think I could maintain my composure.
That's a lie.
When I teach. Yeah, seriously, that was crazy.
That wasn't even true then.
All of these qualities, I think, can help me become an excellent math teacher.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember I would yell a lot.
But it wasn't like real anger, I don't think. You would just get snappy.
Yeah.
But it was like half joking, half serious. You'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why did you take my shoes? Yeah.
Okay, ready? That's the other one.
Okay. What's this one that you're about to read?
This, I believe. So I think this is the project where you're supposed to what was the prompt? Probably just think of something.
If it was the gift project, it was like you had to kind of tell something sensitive that you went through. Jeez. And then offer a gift to people. Like, this is what I learned and this is what I'm giving to you. Like, take this advice from me, kind of.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
But we had another one like that. Like, it was fucking the same. Like, I swear to God, it was so similar to the gift project where it was like, you had to share something like vulnerable again and like write about it. I don't know.
Well, this looked like our final because it was on May 19, 2017.
Oh yeah, that was definitely not the gift. It was the second one.
Sometimes it's hard to forgive people because they've caused you so much damage before.
And we had to read this in front of the class, by the way.
Yeah.
I remember doing that.
Restart.
Bar for bar.
Sometimes it's hard to forgive people because they've caused you so much damage for, and it seems like an impossible goal to forgive them. But for me, forgiving has always come easily. Since I get over things really quickly in my mind, I realize that people make stupid mistakes. And even if they do it over and over again, I'm the type of guy who accept who they are. You know, not the type of guy. That's why I believe in the power of forgiveness. At first, I was scared to pick this topic because we had heard it on one of the audios we had listened to. But most of my friends said it didn't matter, so I ended up choosing it. Okay. Ever since I was young, my dad was never really around because he worked in construction, usually in the Bay Area. So every week he would come home late and tired, and I'd probably only see him for less than an hour. I remember he would usually eat and just go to his room. I don't remember a lot, but I do remember all the false promises he told me. Jeez.
Damn.
For example, we had this jacuzzi that came with the house, but it was never finished, maybe halfway done. But every week I would tell him to finish it because he knew how to build stuff. So he'd always finished it. So he could have finished it in less than a month. And he always promised me he would, but he never did.
What a privileged thing to fucking complain about.
Like, I didn't get my fucking ultra hot tub.
My fucking jacuzzi.
It's times when I needed sort of a manly figure to be around. He wasn't there, but yeah, he expected me to be as tough as him, even though I only grew up with my mom. It's actually pretty good. It's actually interesting dynamic. Yeah, that is interesting.
Can we talk about when your dad thought you were gay?
When in like after cross country practice or something? Yeah. Okay, well, let's finish this.
Okay.
Who's the total even though I only grew up with my mom, who's the total opposite of my dad and my sisters, so I was never as manly as he wanted me to be. He always wanted to hit us like this was his only option, but my mom would step in. Oh, jeez, yeah. Right. He was quick with the hand. Once my parents got divorced because he had been cheating on her for a while, I guess we left him, and that's when I barely saw him, I guess.
The whole class eye emoji?
You could say he kind of got better. Jeez. Sorry, Dad.
Wow.
I didn't put your business out there. I mean, I'm sure people know. During that time, I only saw him like once a month when he visited. So when I did see him, which is like way false. Like I didn't see him for years. And then I saw him.
Damn.
Or maybe I did, but I guess I don't remember. No, I don't think I really saw him. Also, the older I got, the more I was able to take control of situations that keep him in check. That did help me a lot. He now goes to Mexico for a few months, then comes back to live with us, and then goes back to Mexico. Not literally live with us, but you know. He still has a bad temper, but every time I see him, I forgive him for what he's done and give him a clean slate, and it helps me because I don't have to feel this baggage of hate. Recently, when we were talking, I was pointing out how he never really was there for me. I asked if he felt guilty, and he said no.
Fuck.
which kind of sucked, and that's pretty hard to handle, but I had to accept that's who he is and how he acts. Right now, he's in Miami, I think. He's probably partying, and I don't really care because I know that no matter what he does, I'll forgive him. Jeez. He's probably in Miami partying. And I'm out here in Miami.
Miami ain't ready for me.
Out here with the hoochie daddies. Fuck.
Oh, my God.
Jeez. Word count 522.
This is like the most mature like outlook, but at the same time, the most like not mature outlook. It's like,
in what way?
No matter what, I'm gonna forgive him. You know? Like,
yeah.
It's like, you know, there should probably been some boundaries there. You know, like now. Like,
well, I think like looking at this now, I probably, even though I did forgive him, I probably wasn't like fully forgiving him.
Yeah.
I think I just didn't have the capacity, the emotional capacity to be like,
you just need some shit to
it
write
took
about.
a lot of brain power.
Just kidding.
It just took probably a lot of brain power and a lot of like fucking emotional intelligence to actually forgive him and have conversations or whatever, even with myself. But I didn't. So it was like I forgive him, but just because like I want to talk to him, I forgive him in a sense like I don't hate him and I don't not want to see him, but not like probably full forgiveness.
He's in Miami right now and he's probably partying. It's so fucking funny.
He was in Miami. And I think he was probably partying.
I'm sure.
That's fucking.
Have
crazy.
you forgiven him now?
Yeah, I mean whatever. Probably like
kind
of the same as I did before. It's not like, I mean,
is that it?
Yeah, that was it.
No.
It's not like anything crazy. I mean, he didn't do anything that crazy, you know? I guess it was just maybe like not the best standard. That's like the most, I I guess that's like a big thing he didn't do. And I don't think he was like a great standard.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a great standard for some things. Knows how to build everything and shit. But I don't know. Maybe I should have more talks with him. It's just awkward. Like, how do you even try to like start like talking about deeper stuff like this? Because like when we talk, it's just kind of like
when there's been
stuff.
such like that's never been the standard is like
like how much
being
out
able
of
to
the
be
blue being
vulnerable.
like, hey,
so it's so hard to switch it. You know?
And it just almost feels like I'm attacking him if I bring it up. It's like I'm not trying to attack him, I'm just trying to talk about it. Maybe I'll tell him. But I also think
it's probably something that he feels a little guilty about. So maybe that's why it comes off that way. Like when you like talk about it, maybe he feels like he's being attacked because maybe like in his head he does feel a little shame about it. You know?
Yeah, like I feel like there's some sort of guilt, but I also think he's like kind of accepted who he is at this point, where he's like, I want to do with what I want. And like
apple don't fall food.
Yeah, good one. Oh my god. Anyways, how much time are we at?
An hour and 16.
Let's go 15 more.
Okay, fuck it.
You want to go through these topics real quick? Some of these.
Yeah, let's see. What do we have?
Okay, let's see. We'll do Kendrick versus Drake another time, or do you want to just speed run it?
I don't know. I don't even think we should do it at all.
Come on, we have to talk about it a little bit. This is a historical moment. Well, just real quick.
It's not a speed run topic.
Okay, real quick. I'll speed run it as fast as I can.
Okay, go for it.
Obviously, we're a little late.
We had some guests on, so we weren't able to talk about it.
God forbid we're not in the most trending news. One of the biggest beefs in history, rap history. Real quick, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about. Raise your hand if you don't know.
Yeah, unless you've been living under a rock or you are 55 years or older.
Yeah.
Is the only reason you wouldn't know about this. But
Kendrick and Drake had like a big beef. J. Cole was in there for a second.
Not at all, really.
Yeah.
He was part of the initial, like...
Then he dropped a song, but then I think he took it off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Drake and Kendrick... Cliff Notes. J. Cole and Drake were in a song called First Person Shooter, right? And they started talking shit, saying that they were, like, 2 of the top 3 rappers, like, basically of all time. And, or of this generation, whatever. And, were they saying, like, Kendrick's not in it?
No, I mean, I think Kendrick just, like...
Or maybe Kendrick clapped back, like...
I think Kendrick's like, there is no top 3.
It's just Big Me.
Something bum!
Yeah.
We can't say that.
So Kendrick clapped back. And then Drake, of course, like... And Drake's been in multiple beefs. And I remember I liked his, like, shit back in the day when I was, like, 16 years old when he was beefing with Meek Mill. Meek Mills or Meek Mill?
Yeah. Meek Mill.
And he had the song Back to Back, which was sick,
back.
dude. I loved that song at the time.
Going back to back.
Back in the like Jordan 96, 97.
Whoa. Way too something. Way too much business.
Yeah.
Only with the vicious.
But
wait, there was another one he did. It was the other diss. What was the other one? I think I like that one too.
He did do another one. Fully Charged or Charged Up. I'm charged up.
Is that it?
I think
it's so. Hold on.
It's part of the Meek Mill thing. He dropped 2 at really at the same time.
What's it called? Let me see. Real quick. Sorry. Hold on. It was Back to Back. Is it Wanna Know? No, Drake did that. Oh, Charged Up. Let's hear it for 2 seconds. Let's not hear it.
This is your fucking Kaiser Permanente ad instead.
Seriously. Neither that. Okay, you're saying?
Let's hear it.
Okay.
Skip that.
Thinking I'm charged up.
I don't know. That's all I remember.
It's like, I'm charged up. I want to know. I think like it's. I think it was cool though. I mean, I had it listened. Oh, I did like this beat because I would freestyle on this beat.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was menacing.
Yeah, it is menacing.
I don't know. Can we?
I remember that battery, the green battery.
Yeah.
I remember that so vividly. Damn, that sounds like old Drake. That's crazy.
So good.
Just the sound of his voice.
I'm gonna put it for like when he starts for a little bit.
I did some charity today for the kids.
You can hear the youth in his voice.
Yeah, that was good.
Is that even copyrighted? I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, it's on his Drake official.
Any chances?
Charged up. Anyways, sorry, you were saying?
So yeah, basically Kendrick clapped back, and then Drake, in classic Drake fashion, was like, "Oh, it's on," you know, and which I used to always root for Drake, you know. Now I'd say the tables have turned, as you know, as well as most of the world.
Yeah.
Who's rooted for Kendrick through this. But yeah, Drake drops like a fucking his initial diss, and basically was coming at Kendrick, saying like, you know, Drake kind of like takes a lot of his profit and stuff. Like, it's just funny because Drake is like so like zesty and like fruity, you know. Sometimes and it's like you're in the rap game, but you're
like, he's just a normal dude. He's a goofy dude. He's like a
goofy,
goofball.
very goofy. Yeah.
On all his live streams,
Yeah,
he's not tough guy.
But I think more recently he tries to lean into like the tough guy thing in his music. I'd say like more now.
Oh.
He used to like I feel like when he started being like really soft. He started out his career being like pretty soft.
Yeah,
and,
like
lover boy kind of like.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, and his, I mean, I can't recall too many lyrics from the first diss, but like of Drake, but like I just remember he's like, "Drop and give me 50." Like at one point, I was like, he's so fucking cringy.
What
like,
is that one? I was gonna say
because apparently there's some.
That hotline bling. That can only mean one thing. Cause I know when that hotline bling. Dude, that was so popular. I love that. That can only
these days on us. Wonder if you're bending over backwards for someone else. Wonder if you. Why you never alone? Why you never take your phone?
God, we suck at this, man. We have no lyric retention at all.
It's like a 2016 song, but yeah, basically the first diss was like whatever. It's like he came directly for Kendrick, you know, like but apparently Kendrick back in the day kind of like I think he might have done some stuff with Drake where like Drake would take some of the profits from him and shit, which like I guess Drake does with fucking like everybody. Like he has a ton of people. I think in like the OVO, this could be so fucking wrong, but like in his OVO kind of like franchise or label or whatever the fuck. Basically, a lot of artists are like under him, and he kind of like I think sees the talent in them, but then is like I can make some fucking money off of this, you know, and like takes them under his wing. But then he ends up taking a lot of their fucking like you know money and shit.
Yeah, like basic label move.
Yeah. And so he kind of came at Kendrick for some of that because I think he helped Kendrick when Kendrick was first starting and stuff, but not anymore. And basically Kendrick took a while to come back, and I think everybody's kind of wondering like, is Kendrick even gonna fucking say anything, or is he just gonna let this ride? And Kendrick came back, boy did he. And I think his first song was Euphoria, which banger, and just came for Drake in like thousands of ways. Like every line was like a fucking like triple entendre, meant like so many different things, and basically it was like a warning shot, like, look, don't talk shit about me because I have all this fucking dirt on you. Yeah. And so everybody was like, holy fuck, what does he have on Drake, you know? And then Drake comes back with like fucking one or two different things. Maybe I don't need to summarize all of this, but like...
Yeah, maybe a little faster. You're doing a great job.
Basically, all in all, Drake was just coming at Kendrick for some very like surface level shit. Like, you're short, fucking...
Yeah.
I think one of his best friends like banged his wife or something, which who knows if it's true or not, but Drake was coming at him for that.
Jeez.
Basically just petty.
Oh, I think one of the
shits.
big ones was that he said that Kendrick hit his wife.
Oh yeah, that was thrown out there, which I think nobody really knows if it's true or not. Was never really debunked. But then Kendrick comes back at Drake just like 100x, you know, and was like, "You're a fucking pedophile. You're always getting at girls that are like, you know, minors, like under 18."
And people in his squad are pedophiles.
Yeah, everybody in his squad are pedophiles. There's a lot of rumors that Drake had like a BBL and like ab injections to give him injections. BBL, and what else did he come at him for? How he's not in his son's life. Apparently, he's hiding a daughter. Drake hid his son for the longest time. Yeah. And when he beefed with Pusha T back in the day, Pusha T like outed that.
Exposed that. I remember that. I remember
so it was just like shady shit. It's like, why are you fucking hiding stuff? Like, why are you hiding a daughter? Why are you ashamed? You know? And
that Pusha T diss was so good.
Came at him because he's not in his kids' lives. Like, he doesn't live with the son. I think his son lives like far as fuck, like states away. Sure. And he'll just like fly him out, take him to basketball games, like spoil him to try to like kind of make up for it. Meanwhile, Drake's just like preoccupied with trying to like fuck every girl and like fuck a bunch of dudes, girls, like taking women he's always trying to get at, and then just underage women like Millie Bobby Brown. Apparently he was kind of grooming her. And I think had groomed like several other women, not even women, fucking like teenage girls. But yeah, so Drake really fucking outed his ass. And I think Drake snitched on somebody apparently.
Kendrick outed his ass,
Sorry, Kendrick outed his ass. Apparently Drake snitched on someone. And there's also was being thrown around that like Drake was responsible for XXXTentacion's death because he was killed like on the street. What else? Drake stole, I think, 0 to 100. That song 0 to 100, real quick.
That's it.
He stole that beat, I guess, from like P Diddy, which whole fucking thing.
Wow, that
with
is
P Diddy.
crazy.
But P Diddy like slapped the shit out of Drake apparently in the club because he stole the beat from him. And Kendrick, put that out there like, I'm gonna slap the fuck out of you. He also told Drake like there's a lot of threats in here, like direct threats of violence, which was Kendrick was like, you better walk around like Daft Punk. Daft Punk wears like helmets.
Yeah.
He's like, you better walk around like Daft Punk because like I got hitters out here gonna shoot you basically.
Jesus.
And I know, gnarly. And then Drake came back like I think in his last diss saying like he's gonna slit Kendrick's throat, which is gnarly. And it's like, Drake, who the fuck are you trying to fool? Like you're not gonna.
I mean, it's
do
like
that,
just I mean, even both of them, I'm like, I think you guys are both gonna be fine.
I mean, Kendrick's from Compton, man. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, I think like
Drake's from fucking Canada.
You're
It's
not-
like,
you
how are you
can't-
gonna act hard from Canada? I don't care where the fuck you are in Canada. Nobody's intimidated.
that's true.
Nobody.
Well, it's like
You know?
it's almost like
Canada.
It's almost like the way that movie stars hide most of their real persona to better like kind of manipulate the masses into their roles,
Yeah.
like to better believe them.
Mm.
Like rappers do that as well. Like rappers don't
could see
give off
that.
much of their life because they're like, well, I'm rapping about stuff, and some of the stuff I like exaggerate, and if I show myself that I'm like live streaming and stuff, like they don't take my actual lyrics and words serious,
Yeah.
And I think Drake's done that where he's kind of like ripped off the cloth of being like, okay, like you're just a normal dude, which is cool. Like, but then that makes like everything you say just less like intimidating. Cause I'm like, I don't know. I guess you could always have two sides. Like, he's obviously very powerful as well. I'm like, you're just a regular dude. As in with Kendrick, he's always been like, I feel like in secrecy and like, you don't really hear about him besides his music. So it's like, what are you into? Like, how are you? Like they kind of have more, his words have more weight and his threats have more weight.
I think the way everybody's looking at him is like, I think that's like a respectful way to be is like, it's usually the people who like aren't really about it and who aren't like confident in themselves are the ones that are the loudest because they're trying to like get that validation and prove to everybody like someone they're not, Yeah,
definitely.
And so I feel like the way that everybody feels about Kendrick right now is like, you've been so quiet and behind the scenes and still are like you're dropping this and then just shutting up. Like you're confident in who you are,
I wonder,
people say like real like substitute any word you want in here, but like real blanks like move in silence, like real players move in silence, real gangsters move in silence, like like why do you need to be telling people about what you're doing if basically is the thing. Another thing Kendrick came at Drake for is like Drake openly talked about how he's never felt like he's like black enough and never felt like he like felt the struggles of black people, and he just because he's half black half white, and he just said he's never aligned, like he's never felt it, he's never felt the struggles, he's never felt like he was connected to that. Yet he did a ad for Tommy Hilfiger where he did blackface, which blackface is like, look it up. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, because
like,
I think that's the one. Is that the one that Pusha T used as his cover art?
Maybe, but yeah, Kendrick definitely outed him for that, and he's like, we don't want to hear you saying the N-word in your songs because like you say you're not black enough. You did blackface, which is literally like one of the fucking like most like
what ad was it
racist shits that's ever been in the media.
What ad was it for?
Tommy Hilfiger. I looked it up and I was like, straight up blackface. Like there's no like way around it.
I don't know. Oh yeah, that's the one he used.
He's like all smiling.
Great.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah. And then Drake was like, "Oh, I'm trying to bring awareness to how like black people are taken advantage of in the industry and shit like that. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Doesn't look like a good look, bud.
It's not a good look, man. There's so many other ways you could have gone about that. Like, what?
Bad creative decision for
Did
sure.
not age well. Yeah, not a good PR move. But yeah, just gnarly. I mean, I think there's no arguing that Kendrick won the beef, and after a while, Drake just shut the fuck up. And
yeah, so it's interesting.
big thing, which like everybody's outed Drake for the longest time, is just him having like ghostwriters, which I'm sure so many artists do, but like, yeah, and I feel like you could feel it in Drake's disses to Kendrick. It's like everything just felt so manufactured. Like it all just felt so like basic.
Yeah,
like
cookie cutter.
nothing was creative. Yeah, like cookie cutter. Like it was just like you could tell this was just like written in like a few days probably. Like there's no like substance in it. It was just
No personality.
exactly. Like with Kendrick, it's like you can fucking feel it. There's
Yeah.
fucking soul in that music.
Yeah.
You know, you can feel his like aura. You know,
What a good diss.
all of them are good. Euphoria, even the one that's like slower and like menacing, like the Dear
I love
Adonis.
that's my
where he,
favorite
like,
one.
Yeah, one of mine too. And then obviously not like Dan, I got like that one. They're playing that everywhere.
Like
playing that in the club, you know.
They like
So
us.
yeah, there's really no argument for Drake at this point. And it's just crazy because I grew up listening to Drake and like loving his music and just thinking it was cool. And yeah, I have this totally different perspective now.
I wonder what their
I
careers.
took all my music out of my playlist from him.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm like, dude, you're fucking whack. Like,
Yeah,
you know, I want to contribute to him seeing his numbers like
Drop.
plummet. You know.
Nice. Good on you.
Oh, a thing that was not talked about a lot, and I don't know why. Drake's house got fucking shot up like at the tail end of this. Like after Kendrick dropped his last
I think I
diss
heard
and
about
he
that.
dropped his last diss, his fucking house got shot up, and his bodyguard got shot and went to the hospital. Like it was pretty bad.
I don't know how you even
And
get
it's crazy
because
because like shit got real. You know.
I think I heard that might have been something contributed or linked with the Weekend.
Oh,
The
really?
Weekend used to be OVO. Then I
Yeah.
think the Weekend like something with his team like got shot up or something, and it might have been like a revenge or something act.
Mm.
I don't know, God knows.
Yeah,
I mean,
who
all this
knows,
shit's so
but-
behind the scenes.
But I mean,
That is trippy though.
I think it's a
'cause-
fact that you know he was shot up.
But it's just that crazy. Like, how does that? Drake should have the #1 security in the world.
Should,
You know?
but I mean, you got dudes from fucking Compton.
I
You
guess when you
know.
have like 15 houses, you probably can't have like security on all of them. You know?
I love how in the song one of the bars from Kendrick, he's like, "You think the Bay gonna let you disrespect Pac, N-word?" He's like, "I think that Oakland stop gonna be your last stop, N-word."
What was the first line? The Oakland.
You think the Bay is gonna let you disrespect Pac, Tupac?
Oh yeah, because he disrespected him somehow.
And then he's like, "I think that Oakland show is gonna be your last stop." I was like, "Dude."
Does he have a show in
you know?
Oakland?
I mean, I'm sure. Like,
Jeez, it's like the Gotham
it's one of the biggest
America.
cities, like SF or Oakland, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's true. It's like, what the fuck are you thinking? It's just funny because I'm like, I bet Drake got into this just thinking like, this is gonna be so much good. Like, it's just gonna lead to me being more
Any press-
successful.
Any press is good press.
Absolutely. And he just came at it like dropping "Gimme 50," and then like, bro, you just got like dragged.
Yeah, that's
like,
awful.
Through the gauntlet, like it was gnarly. Like I'm sure he did not expect like.
I think the
all
only
of that.
defense that Drake had on his other one was that the information was planted. That's what I heard on his last diss,
Yeah.
which I think this is the last diss in general, besides between the two.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting take. But the only reason I don't, even if it is true, the only reason I don't understand that is like, why would you even do that? Because like he was saying like, oh, he planted about the daughter, he planted about like the Ozempic photos and stuff. Because I think Kendrick was saying like it was leaked
I mean,
via
it's like the
OVO
only
members.
fucking thing you could say in that situation, you know?
Yeah, true. It's like the government would do the same.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, two things. One, you can't prove it either way. I guess they both really can't. But I mean, Kendrick has like a little more proof, I would say, than just saying like Drake's got to like dispel it somehow.
Yeah.
And second, that would be like such a stupid move if you do, because like, you know, people just take, especially like I feel like in the rap and stuff, like they just take like what they say as a truth for the most part. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, why? How would you think you could convince everyone? Like, let him drop something so like this is fact, Kendrick, and then just be like, it's not fact. Like, it's too late.
That's all he said too. It's like a lot of people are just like, dude, all Drake did in like his later disses once Kendrick started like biting back, you know, Drake was just putting out basically like PR statements. Like his songs were just like, I didn't do this. I didn't do that. It's not
Exactly,
true.
like, how?
Like he was like, to all the pedophile accusations, the one thing, there's two things I think that Drake said. One, is he was like, if I was a pedophile, I'd be in jail because I'm so famous. Like they would know and I'd get caught. It's like, okay. What?
Well, not really, because there's so many.
So he's basically just like, no, I'm not a pedophile.
Yeah.
And then
It's like saying like I'm not an abuser because I'd be in jail.
And then the second thing is he kind of tried to like deflect Kendrick's pedophile accusations towards him. Is he was like, the reason you're so obsessed with all this pedophile stuff is because you were like molested as a kid.
Yeah.
Which apparently isn't even true, because Kendrick made a song about like being molested, but he was doing it apparently like in his mom's eyes because his mom was molested as a kid, and she took out a lot of those like angers and frustrations on Kendrick growing up, and that was like apparently what that song was about.
So like he wasn't molested, but he was like his abuse was linked to molestation.
Yeah, because his mom was molested, and she took it out.
Yeah.
With her parenting on him. So he wrote a song, but like kind of sang it in like the first person view, but apparently it was like
Second person.
Yeah.
Effect.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, pretty pitiful, man. I mean,
yeah, I wish there was more.
It's pretty embarrassing. Like,
it just feels like we're like at a weird, like.
I think it's settled, man.
Yeah, I mean, like.
But also, I don't think you have.
But
the
there's
intel.
just so much accusation and so much like talk where it's like, I wish we could just like find out the answers.
Oh, the proof, like the. Yeah,
everything.
Like, what's
like
true.
everything they
Yeah.
both said, I just want to be like, what? So what the fuck? Like
Yeah.
you just said everything. Like you guys both put a lot on the table, and then
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, give me more. You know?
There's a lot of like, I've been seeing these TikToks about like Drake lyrics that like in hindsight now are like sus. Like there's a line where he says like, pictures of you back in high school, you was even bad then, like something like that. It's like, okay, you know, not a good look. What else?
He's
I'm
so
trying to remember if there's
powerful.
any
It's
other
like I would
ones.
not be surprised if he had that. It feels like everyone.
I feel like that's
fucking-
something that happens with famous people. It's like there's, you know, you find out about all these like pedophilic like crimes they've committed,
Yeah.
basically, and it's like I just feel like when you get so big, you get access to like any hot girl you want, and then it just becomes like where do you go next after you get access to everything?
Yeah.
Because that gets boring, and then I feel like they turn to kids because it's like taboo and wrong and
Yeah.
illegal, you know, like.
I mean, I think like it's.
Not justifying it at all, but like
Yeah,
that's
no,
my,
that's what
like,
you're thinking.
That's my guess at like why that happens with famous people, you know.
Exactly, and it's like it's not like they're just doing like pedophilia. Like it's not like that's their only crime.
Yeah.
It's like they're doing everything else illegal. Like they're probably just doing all these crazy drugs, pedophilia, like racketeering, like all the like everything. And like once you
Yeah.
get to that place, it's like you're just doing everything because it's like
Yeah.
you have so much money, like
Whatever.
you have power, and like people
Yeah.
want to keep the power and just do a bunch of crazy ass stuff. Like once you're like same with P Diddy.
Did you see
quickly.
that fucking P Diddy responded? Like he apologized for the video that leaked. It's like, aren't you supposed to be in hiding right now? Like,
Did they never get him?
no.
Really?
'Cause
Still
he
gone?
went to Barbados, I think it is, which is a non-extraditable country.
Still, I thought they didn't get him. No, I don't think they got him, but I'm not saying I
I
have
think
any
he's
proof.
just too fucking rich. Like,
Yeah.
I think they just kind of turned a blind eye. Like,
He's a billionaire.
because they swatted his
Billion.
house, so I'm sure he was tipped off because he wasn't there. You
Yeah.
know, it's like I'm sure he just has so much goddamn money. Like somebody let
I
him.
wonder how
know.
much he lost because they probably like froze his assets and like took his stuff.
Yeah, hopefully. But
All right, well,
he put a fucking video out after the Cassie video of him like abusing her.
that was a crazy.
He
Which is
put a-
annoying how it came
he
out
put a
8
fucking-
years later.
Right. Of course. Like I'm sure there was hush money for that. Like to
It's
the
just like when
hotel or
someone gets
whoever.
canceled. I hate how like all this stuff starts popping up now. Like one
course.
day, like it's like,
You know?
where is this?
Bro, it was a hotel video. It's like,
That could have.
how was that?
someone had it?
I'm sure they went to the hotel and were like, give us the fucking
And it's not
video,
deleted.
You know, here's $100,000. give
Yeah,
me
like
the
I'm
video.
sure maybe. What if like not this, but like let's just say like TMZ got it and was like, oh, we have it, but they would have released it right away. Anyways, whoever did get it, well, like why did they hold it? Unless it did release it, it
money,
just went
dude.
under
I'm
the,
sure.
the radar.
I'm sure it's money.
They're like, oh look
he
at
bribed
PD,
them. I'm
you know?
sure.
Yeah, like I'll drop this.
But it's just crazy that he's like, how do you have the fucking nerve? Everybody knows you're a piece of shit. Like, how do you have the nerve to try to put out an apology? Like, there's no saving at this point, you know?
Yeah.
He literally put out an apology video. He was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I knew it was wrong then, and like I felt bad about it then, and I feel bad about it now. Shut the fuck up, dude. Like, nobody wants to hear it, you know?
As he's on his yacht.
As he's literally, bro, you can tell, like, it looks like he's at, like, a resort or something in the background. Like, it looks like he's in, like, a tropical place.
He care less. I mean, he had 8 years to apologize.
It's like, if you're so sorry, then fucking come back.
Yeah. Come back.
You know?
All right. Well,
it's crazy, man.
You
It's
wanna end
crazy
it?
fucking world we're living in. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just know the Cozy Show will not be in any scandals
Yeah.
till the day we die.
That's right.
I can't speak
for
for
the
Chris,
fucking people.
but,
Hey.
throwing you under the bus.
Yeah.
Like it was on him. Us on our fucking RICO charges.
What is a RICO charge?
I think it's like, God, throw me on the spot. But
Racketeering. Is it an acronym?
I think so, but also I think it's like they like pair like a whole group, or is that racketeering?
I don't even know what racketeering means. Something with money and guns or something, right?
I think a RICO case is. Fuck, is that like? I think it might have to do with like you're arresting like a whole group.
Racketeering's such a cool word, though.
I love that word. It reminds me of like racket and tennis, and I want to play now.
Yeah, it reminds me of like, I don't know, racketeering, like musketeer, like swords and cannons.
Musketeer, Three Musketeers, and I like the word musketeer.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Then it starts making me think of the candy, but I don't really like musketeers.
Yeah, they're all right.
Snickers,
special.
though.
Snickers are so good.
So good, especially
Twix?
they're frozen. Not Twix, sorry.
Frozen, you break a fucking tooth on that.
Okay, but you know, like cold, like ice cream Snickers.
Yeah. Anything caramel and chocolate, I love it.
Oh.
And nuts.
Nuts.
It's really good. Peanuts, caramel, chocolate, can't beat it.
Done.
To the ends of the earth.
Side note: we were getting ice cream at one point in this like store with our girlfriends, and there was this guy in the ice cream shop, and he was talking about Bitcoin and
Nonstop.
He's onto something.
I think he was on something. Because that guy would not shut the fuck up.
Yeah, what was he doing at the end? Was he
From
just
the
dancing?
moment he walked in, he was like, "You guys have a Bitcoin flavor ice cream?" And they were just like, "Eh." You know, the
Just
workers.
awkward, like high school
He's like,
kids.
you should get a Bitcoin flavor. It would sell. And high school kids are just like, and then he just kept talking about fucking Bitcoin, dude. And we're like, what is this guy on? And just talking about random shit and just saying weird shit. And like, he left his car on, his Honda Accord in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Blasting like techno music.
Crazy. Yeah, I was happy.
Yeah, it's something. I don't know. He's probably rich. We're in Half
Probably
Moon Bay,
rich.
so I'm like,
He looked very rich.
he looked like he lived there, like he was a loke, and you got to be fucking rich to live in Half Moon Bay.
Yeah.
You know.
Last thing,
What's up?
make it quick as possible, but I just want to talk about it. Last night I went to the ER because.
Oh, yeah, I don't care about time.
Oh yeah, I know, but it's getting late also
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
We were laying in bed, me and Taylor. It was like 12 o'clock or whatever. We're about to go to sleep because I worked. It's already kind of late. I was like, okay, I'm going to work. She was going to leave in the morning before I left, or like when I left, at like 6 a.m. Go to sleep. We're about to get ready for bed. Like, we're getting ready for bed. We're laying in bed. I fart. And I do the all like...
You fluff the blankets.
Fluff the blanket, get the air out because she was getting in the bed. And I was like, okay, let's
I
get this.
can't believe that's what
Let's
caused
disperse
this.
it. And when I was doing this, all of a sudden she's like, ow. She's like, ow, ow, ow. She's like, something just got in my eye. She's like, it really hurt. Like, think of more. It's like, ow.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, like something just got in my eye. Like, it really hurts. Like, it really hurts.
Oh,
And
she was like kind
immediately
of frantic.
starts crying.
Oh,
immediately.
fuck.
Like, it was just pain.
That's crazy.
And I was like, gee, like, because it went from 0 to 100. Like, I'm
Yeah.
about to go to bed. And I was like, geez.
Were you guys
And-
laughing at your fart?
Probably, yeah, like a little giggle. But then it
Mild.
just happened so quick because it was like, and I was like, oh, fuck. And she's like, oh my God, like it really hurts. And she starts crying because it's just like fucking painful immediately.
Wow.
Then we're like, okay, fuck. And then I was like, okay, let's go to the bed. Let's go to the bathroom. Went to the bathroom. I'm trying to get her to like wash it with the sink water, but she just like couldn't open it.
Did she try to hold it open so you could see?
She
or
just
no?
she didn't open it for the first like 4 hours. Just
Oh, she was just like, dude,
no, she's just like covering it, putting pressure on it. We get like a towel. I wet the towel with water so she could try to like, I don't know, get some water in it if she can't
Yeah.
like do this. But she just kind of kept pressure in it. And then she just couldn't open it. And yeah, it was pretty frantic. I'm like, mom was awake. She like woke up. My niece came over and she was like asleep, but she woke up. And yeah, I was like a little bit, I was keeping composure, but I was a little, I was only panicked because it was just so much pain. And I was like, fuck, like, I don't know, like it just sucks at your eye.
Yeah,
very sensitive.
nothing you can really do.
And yeah, it's like it's not like a cut or something I could like help. It's like it's your eye, like and I'm just giving recommendations. Like we gotta like let's try to get some water, or like let's see what we can do, or just relax, like calm down first,
Yeah.
sit down. Then like she got like we used the shower head, and like we're like putting it there like against the eye, but she's just not opening it. Like she just can't open it, so it doesn't even help. And then we get like ice and put it in like napkin to like, I don't know, like relieve some inflammation, I guess. Just try something.
Yeah.
But what's scary is that every like 5 or 10 minutes, she tries to like open, like just a little bit, and just like the immediate like fucking like frantic shaking, like pain, where she's like, I can't.
Wow.
And that was like scary because I was like,
crazy.
fuck, like, you know, every time I'm like wishing that when she tries to open it, it's gonna like open a little bit to like see or clean it. But every time, like,
what the fuck went in her eye? You know, to cause that kind of pain.
Well, for a second, we thought it was like a jalapeno seed because I was eating a burger and it had 2 fat jalapenos. Shit was hella spicy. And that was like, you know, it might be immediate pain or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I think the jalapenos didn't have any seeds. Like, I think they were like taken out. So like, maybe it's not that. But
my first thought was like, what if
like,
it's like a fingernail or like a toenail clipping? Like
sharp,
you know?
Like, I think it's just like literally anything. Like, I feel like even a sand grain is just very irritating. You know?
Yeah,
but
like,
it's got to be something a little bit
something a little
harsher.
bigger and a little like sharp, you know.
Anyways, so she's like, dude, I can't open it. Like, it's just so painful. So that's why I started getting panicked because every time she opened her eyes, it'd be like a crazy like reaction.
Did you ever like? Because I'm like, could she like pull on her eyelid and pull it up instead of letting the eyelid like
maybe
like slide on her eye? Like,
see, I don't know. Like she was like pretty. In like whatever, you know, like shutdown mode. So I was like, okay. I'm like, I can't do anything. Like I can't go in there and open it. So I'm like just waiting. We're trying to like wash it with the thing, and it's kind of not working. And then like she can't put eye drops in because she can't even open the eyes.
And you can't even really wash it if you can't open the eye.
Yeah,
like,
so it's
like
like
your eyes shut or like waterproof.
Yeah,
basically,
so it's like fuck. It's a hyperphobic. Hydrophobic. Yeah.
Area.
What's the other one? Hydrophilic, if it is. Yeah. And so yeah, and then I'm like, I mentioned to her a couple times, like, do you want me to call your mom? Because like, you know, they could come or like we could go to the doctors. She's like, no, don't call her. I don't think she wanted to wake him up and like cause a panic if it was gonna be good. But anyways, after like 30 minutes, it was like not helping. It was not healing or anything. She still couldn't open her eye. Every time she did, it was like that crazy, like fucking frantic pain. And I was like, fuck. So okay, let's go to the doctors. So we went, so like dressed her. She like blind, you know, like she can't really see. Because every time she tried to open this eye, like the other one would kind of try to open.
Yeah.
So it hurt. So she's like, fuck, like I can't even open this one that well. Go to the doctors. I'm like calling her dad and mom. It's like, what doctor do you want me to go to? Like, what doctor does she qualify for?
But what time is it?
It's like 12:30.
Midnight.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Fuck.
And I'm just like, okay, and letting them know what happens. Anyways, go to the doctors. And I'm thinking, in my head, it's like Grey's Anatomy. Like, I'm thinking I'm going to the emergency room. They're going to put her in like a...
Oh, my God.
Yeah. She's got something in her eye.
Yeah.
Put her in a fucking, like, a stretch cart and take her.
Stretcher.
And just, you know, heal her. Not it at all. We're, like, walking in with this, like, towel, like jacket. So, like, she could tell she's in pain, but they're just, like, asking 20,000 questions.
Like, name and social security.
Yeah, they were literally like, give me the ID. What's her birth? Have you been here before? What happened? When did it happen? Whatever. Went to a second window. Okay, what happened? Whatever. All right, we'll call you up. Took maybe like an hour for them to call us up. We were hyped. All right, finally. Calls us up. Literally checked our blood pressure. Got a description of what happened. Sat us back down. Great. Waited like another hour. Got up. Got to see like this doctor guy. Looked at it. So what sucked was because it's been like 2 hours now at this point. So like her eyes like fine, but she's not moving or anything. Like it's just like not painful anymore because she's like relaxed. The doctor comes. He's like, okay, let me see like the eye. So she like was kind of like forced herself, finally able to open it. And
was
he
she
like
still the same reaction, like shaking? And,
no,
like,
but it was hurt. She said it hurt, but not that bad. Like she could open it. Well, she could open it. It's like before she couldn't.
So annoying. It's like when you go to see the doctor, it's never as bad as like.
Of course. Oh, it's been 2 hours.
Yeah.
And so she's like moved left to right, and it was like stinging a little bit. And then she said the up and down hurt a lot. And then he was like, okay, well, I don't see anything in there. He's like, so we're gonna put you back in the lobby, and they're gonna wash it and rinse it out. So we had to go back into the lobby. But what sucked is that her doing that, she said, like, was so painful. Like, it started hurting again really bad. Like, she's like, because I had it in a good spot.
Yeah.
She's like, now it's like really bad. So it sucked because it was just like back to like square one. Just pressure, towel the whole time. Damn. Then another 2 hours like go by. and we're finally seen by the fucking like nurse or whatever. Set us down. She gets a description of what happens. Then she said like a doctor's gonna come and do it. So then we have to wait again, but we're already on the bed. We're like, let's wait again. She goes to the bathroom and we come back, and then we're waiting, and then the nurse ends up just doing it.
Jesus.
And it's like a tube with like a contact at the end, and like you look up and you look in, and then it's just saline.
Wow.
Anyways, sorry, I forgot to mention, before that, when we went to the bathroom right before the doctor came, or nurse, she said like she like kind of like was like it's a little better, so she got like water in the napkin and like try to like line her eye and like clean it a little bit. So when she got to like back out of the bathroom, she was like able to finally open her eye, which is that picture I sent you where her eyes kind of like fucked.
Yeah, it's like
so it was like she's like okay, like she's like honestly I feel like a lot better. Like she's like I don't know what happened, but like something like it feels a lot better, like I could actually move it and I don't see any disturbance. But we still did the saline just in case to like disinfect and like clear out and flush anything out. And she was there for like 40 minutes with that shit. Side note, she threw up. I don't know why. I think she was just nauseous and tired. But like she couldn't even see, and that shit was in her eye, and like I had to put like the bucket under her chin, and she was just throwing up.
Damn.
It was all right. Like I was looking away because I hate throw up. Jesus, the smell was awful. I hate throw up smell so bad. But it was cool. Like I was in like a dope mode. I was in dope mode the whole time.
Yeah.
Anyways, didn't
Did you throw up on your hands at all?
No.
I remember holding the bag for Angel when he threw up, blacked out when we were camping at Pinecrest. And it got like all on my hands and my pants and shit. I was like, fuck.
What was it? I don't know if this is actually putting on
faded,
blast.
so it's fine.
What was he? Was he apologizing, like for something, just like for throwing up, right?
No, but he did get pretty emotional.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. It's specifics. I thought it was like something surface level, like that was funny after the fact. Like I thought he was saying like sorry for like. I thought he was saying like sorry for like being drunk.
Maybe I don't remember.
But then it might have been something deeper. And we're like, no, you're fine.
I remember just trying to talk him through it, like.
Yeah.
Not in that way, but.
Talking to it. Talking.
I was just like, we all fucking.
Yeah, we all get drunk.
Sometimes it's hard to talk about stuff, And he's like, thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
So funny.
Okay, and then so they do that thing, which is crazy. Like it's just saline going in your eye.
What do you mean? It's like shooting in there?
So it's shooting in there, and then there's like a little plastic piece like this.
In her eye?
No, right.
Oh.
The plastic is in her eye.
Like it's touching her eyeball?
Yeah, it's like a contact with the tube in the middle of it, and it's gushing out. She's like felt like it was like a water going in your eye, like a rainfall, like a waterfall.
Yeah.
And then there's like a plastic tube that's literally there just so when it leaks out of your eye, it like guides it to the trash. It's just plastic, like it just to guide.
Is she throwing up while they're doing it? Like they couldn't stop it while she's throwing up?
Well, no one's there, and she like was like, oh my god, I'm gonna throw up. And and I was like, okay, we just gotta be careful not to like.
And they had those little bark bags in the room.
No, it was the trash because the water was leaking into the trash.
Damn. Oh, fuck.
And then so we threw it away. Then she had to stay there for a while, and then she's like, okay, it's good. We clicked the button. She kind of took a while. She's like, okay. She told me, she's like, just let me know when the saline's like halfway, and then click this button. So then and then she takes it out. She just says like it feels fine. She's like, it feels great, like whatever.
Back to normal.
Yeah, and then we went home, dude. And fucking the whole time I was like awake as hell. And it also doesn't help because I had to be awake because she was like impaired. It wasn't like she had like a broken toe where she could just be on her phone and like fucking sucks. But it's like I had to be there because she can't even see.
Yeah, fuck.
Anyways,
that was midnight to like 5 a.m.
Yeah, got home at 5:30 a.m.
Damn.
Fucking exhausted, called out of work. Just a fever dream of it all. And then but real quick, what I learned about the experience and like how the experience went. Anyways, side note. Do you remember what the picture looked like? I'm trying to show you the picture.
Of Taylor's eye?
No, the tube. So like this tube is in her eye, do you see?
Yeah, in it.
And then this little thing is like collecting like the
as it drips out.
So like that's like the trash that I like grabbed.
Wow. And she just had to lay there for 40 minutes like
yeah, and she was like miserable because
Should I put a picture or no?
Yeah, she said she could.
Oh, okay.
But this had to get to halfway.
Fuck.
And
oh my god.
It's going by drops.
It's going by gravity.
It's like
just like dripping.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So then it got to like this way. So it took forever. I felt bad. She's like, how long is it going to take? And I was like, I was trying to be optimistic because she was already like over it.
Yeah.
It's like, I think like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Bro, in 10 minutes, it barely moved. I was like, maybe like 40 minutes. God. It was awful.
Oh
Anyways, what I learned was cool. Was like one thing I remember thinking was I was like, even though this is like awful and whatever, I was like, I don't mind doing this at all for her. Like
Yeah.
I felt like a husband.
Yeah.
Like I want to
Aw.
like I want to do this for her. Like I if I need to, I will. Like it's like my responsibility. Like
Yeah.
it's my partner, you know? And so I remember feeling that like, okay, like in the future, things like this are going to happen. And like, you're only going to have your partner at times.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to be living with your mom or whatever forever. It's like if me and her like married in the future in like 10 years and like I cut my finger off, like I'm going to need her, you know? Or same with her. If she falls off like a ladder and something, like like we need each other.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is like great experience. And then, yeah, I just turned into like so much like dad husband mode, just trying to like be calm and figure it out. I mean, I wasn't the best, but
You surprise yourself on those situations.
Yeah.
Like I'm always surprised when I like snap into like caretaker mode. I'm like, wow, I do have this in me, you know?
I always imagine that anyways too, with like someone else getting injured. Like I don't know why I always imagine like someone's gonna get shot and I'm gonna have to like be like, you know, the
Yeah.
navigator, which hopefully never.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna get like shot or like stabbed and I'm gonna have to be like, all right guys, like fucking wrap your jacket around me and like let's go and you know,
Yeah,
be
yeah.
calm. I don't think I'll be in a panic,
Yeah.
but who knows? Yeah. Fuck! Oh god! Just like faint on my own blood. I'm gonna die! Anyways, and it was just like an interesting experience. You know, I had to call her parents, like talk to his dad, like talk to her dad, be like, all right, like Scott, like you know.
Do you think part of them, and I hate to bring it here, but do you think part of them was like, did you come in her eye?
What?
That's kind of where my mind would go. Bro,
Jeez.
midnight, and she's like, her eyes, like, whenever I've like accidentally came in someone's eye, it gets so fucking red, and they're like, this hurts so much. They have like battery acid semen.
Yeah, probably. No, I think that's everyone's because
It always gets
your
red
eye
and
is
irritated.
sensitive. Your eye is the only open nerve of the body. Little known fact.
Yeah.
Do you know what the biggest organ of the body is?
The skin.
Yeah, shut up. I think we talked about that on the pod last time, and then I think you didn't know, and then you're like, oh yeah, I should know.
Baby, yeah, Mikey. Sorry.
And then
Didn't speak that name.
And another thing was, I was like, dude, this healthcare system fucking sucks.
Dude.
I mean, maybe I'm still being privileged.
Awful.
Because,
Yeah.
I'm there and we got help. And worst comes to worst, if like, let's just say her eye was in excruciating pain and she just started like fucking fainting and collapsing and it was just so much pain, they would have helped her right away. Like they're like, fuck.
Yeah.
But since like, obviously they can't skip lines if it's like, if you can't wait.
It's not that crazy.
But I was just like, dude, 5
That is
hours
crazy,
in an emergency room.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're just so understaffed, probably.
I think
And
so. Understaffed and spread too thin.
You know, you always think like, as kids, like naively about things, and you just think of like, oh, people have hospitals because they want to like help people. It's like, no, it's just like it's just another business.
Just there to get paid.
Like,
yeah.
no one's
You
doing that
realize
for
this
like
is just a fucking business.
I mean, obviously, like the workers, like people do it,
some passion.
but majority, it's not for like, I might mess this up, philanthropic,
Nice.
right?
I think so. I get what you're trying to say.
Reasons.
Like they're wanting to help the
Yeah,
community.
it's more like, okay, this is hospitals good money. Anyways, I remember just being like so pissed because I'm like, all they needed to do was analyze the situation. Me, guy who didn't like go to school for this. All they had to do was like look at Taylor's eye, ask her a couple questions, figure out what it is, how severe it is, put her in the bed, put saline in it.
Yeah.
But
They could have done that in like 20 minutes.
literally, but I'm not blaming them. Like I'm blaming the system for like
Crazy because all that, and then you have a fat fucking hospital bill for it probably.
Yeah, I wonder how
Couple
much.
$100.
I wonder how much
probably.
she's gonna get charged. But yeah, all right. Can we
Damn.
end it? It's getting late.
Did she go to your house after?
Yeah, we
spend the night
slept
still?
good. Slept for only 6
Did
hours
her parents go to the hospital or just you two?
though. No, it was kind of funny because they were like, her dad was like,
yeah, let us
"Do
know.
Yeah, the whole time, which is
Yeah.
cool because I mean, whatever. Like, it wasn't like, I'm sure if it was immediate danger, I'd call him like, dude, like you have to come.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what it was gonna be like. So in my head, which I guess was kind of true, was I almost thought it was like giving birth like scenario, where it was like she was gonna be on the stretcher, and like I'm gonna be like holding her hand, and they're gonna be like if it was something in there, like they're gonna be doing
like
shit in there.
operating damn near.
Yeah, like trying to get it out, and she's gonna be like she's gonna need someone. Like she's not gonna do that alone. And so I was like telling her dad, I was like, I'm fine being here. Like I feel perfectly like well and fit enough to do this. But I was like, I don't know about her. I was like, she might feel more comforted with you, and 2, like she might take you more serious. Like if you're doing stuff like when you're giving birth, it's different when a doctor tells you to push versus like your husband telling you to push.
Yeah.
Versus your mom telling you to push. Like you're gonna listen to your mom.
Yeah,
like
true.
if your mom's like, and your mom's gonna be more ruthless. I feel like your mom's gonna be like, you need to push this baby out. Like you got to do this.
Yeah.
And your husband might be like, you know, just do what you can, baby. And like, you know, like it's fine, whatever. Which is fine, cool. But like, you know, push comes to shove, like that fatherly or motherly figure is gonna be like telling you exactly what you need to hear.
Yeah.
More experience. So I told him, I was like, but you know, you might be more comforting for her, and also she might take it more serious. Like if there's a point where they're like, you need to open your eye, like now, no matter what, and they have to force it. Like her dad being like, you're gonna open your eye, might be different than me being like, you need to open your eye, babe. Yeah. You know, it's like, so I told him
like,
that.
I can't.
I told him that because I was like, okay, like, you know, whatever.
What did
and
he
he's
say?
like, okay, well, just let me know if you need anything. And I was like, okay, well, you know, cool. And I was like, well, you know, like I said, if I really needed him to be there, I would have called him. But I was like also just scared. But I'm glad he didn't, because we're in the waiting room for fucking 4 hours. It's like they would have just been sitting there. They probably would have came and then been like, okay, like I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
And obviously by the time we even got to the stretcher like place thing, it was fine. Cool though, cool experience. Sucks for her. I felt so bad. Like just so sad, you know, like just hearing her cry in pain and like you can't do anything. I'm just like,
it's a helpless feeling. Like
just can't imagine like people with other tragedies, like seeing your fucking like kid get shot or like something happen and like you just can't do anything.
just the
it's like
frustration
helpless.
and like
Something getting bombed or whatever, you know. It's just
yeah.
All right, let's close it off.
Yeah.
Well, you guys will be seeing this 2 weeks from now because we have a guest before us.
Yeah.
You'll be seeing Coach Garcia. So if you get a chance, go watch that one. This should be the pod before us. This one we're either going to post after that one, or if we film something in Joshua Tree, we'll probably put that one first.
Yeah.
And then this one. So I don't know. Be safe, guys. Make sure you write poetry so you can look back at it in 10 years and laugh at it.
Yeah. Fuck.
Alrighty.
All right.
Love you guys.
Peace.
Peace.